Even the mighty Ramses is taking me for a wimp, asking me to battle with a girl.
Hello and welcome to Core, everybody. This is Core. What is our episode these days? 523, if you can believe it. We're recording this on May 21st, 2026. I'm Scott Johnson.
Trust you.
That's Bo. Do you trust me on the date? You trust that?
Yeah, sure.
I don't trust anything anymore. So, yeah, we need to, you know what? Have each other's backs in a time where no one's trustworthy. Find those you can trust. All right, that's my advice for the entire episode right there. If you want good advice on whether you should play Mixtape or not, John Jagger might be your guy. You'll hear that later. John, welcome also to the show.
Oh, wow, look at that. A tease for... I feel like it's been hyped. We've never really hyped a section before. Now it's too much.
Yeah, I don't know if you're ready for the intense pressure that should be on your shoulders as you get ready to review the indie darling for some and the most hated game of the month for others, Mixtape, coming up later on the show. But we got other stuff, too, to talk about, including... I can't escape it. That new Batman Lego game is apparently amazing, and everyone's saying, "Oh my gosh, this is as good as like the best Arkham games." And why aren't more people excited about this game? And now I got to play it. I got to play the new Batman Lego game. It's got a larger open world. You did? You got it? Did you play it?
No, because I was like, I'm gonna play this with my son, and he.
Wait, it's not even out yet, and it's overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
No, it's out.
It had an early access thing.
Yeah, you buy the special thing and you get the early.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, which I stupidly did because I was like, my son and I will play it, and then he was like, I got that Batman game that he was so excited about, and he just wanted to watch Terminator 2.
Oh my Lord, the movie? The movie, right?
Yeah, the movie.
Okay. I don't know what other Terminator 2
By the way, like, I had some doubts as to whether or not you should show a 5-year-old Terminator 2.
I would too.
It ended up being fine. Guess what?
What?
You know what he took away from that? Empathy.
Oh, look at that. Learning empathy from... Let me think about that. You would get more empathy lesson out of 2 than you would 1. 1 is about having sex with a time traveler. That's what number 1 is.
Well, that's why we went with 2.
Yeah.
I think number 1 doesn't have a lot to glean from it, but he was running around all about like, let's shoot everything. He wanted to be the big villain, but after we watched Terminator 2, he didn't want to be the villain anymore, and he was like, I don't like that villain. He was mean and he hurt people, and I don't like people who hurt people.
That's good.
He didn't take away that we should, experiment with AI, create huge data centers, and monitor one another. And
No, that wasn't his takeaway.
Strangely, no.
It seems some people might have taken that away from this movie, but okay, all right. Just checking. That's good.
It does.
Good.
Although I did think about like, man, this is perfect time and place because there's that scene where Miles Dyson blows up his computer office. And all of that, which again, my son thought was very sad. He was like, "Oh, I liked him.
He is nice." And when he was shaking at the end, trying to pull the thing, and that was sad times. I don't like it.
Yeah.
What about was the thumbs
Hank's
up?
Brother-in-law runs to get out.
That's right.
How did the thumbs up in the lava hit? Right?
That didn't hit super hard with him because he was just like trying to understand why the Terminator had to go. Like, that was the thing he didn't get. He was like, why does he have to be destroyed? And I was like, well, because they'll use the technology and they'll make the robots that blew everybody up. And he's like, but I don't want him to go. And I was like, I know. And he's like, but just why would they use the technology? And I'm like, it just can't exist because they find it, they'll do it.
Plus, the time travel in that movie's effed up anyway. It doesn't really work very well. And so if you think too hard about it, the time travel's busted in Terminator. I think this is a sign that Alexander's smart enough that he will figure out that that's some effed up time travel. And only movies like... can't think of any good ones right now.
Terminator 2 suggests the idea that the technology to create Skynet only existed because Skynet existed.
Oh, I see.
And then Terminator 3 kind of turns that on its head where it's like, no, inevitably we will get there no matter what.
Yep.
But it's the thing that I took away from it that was really weird was, because they blow up that building and they end up destroying the chip and the arm. And I thought, man, it's a good thing this was an era before the cloud. because this whole plan does not work in an era where we have the cloud.
Yeah, all that redundancy.
We blew up their files. We got them. It's like, oh, hold on, I got a backup.
Yeah.
All right, we're good. We're saved, everybody. We'll find a new building. We got all our data back.
Yeah, honestly,
really changed.
Even just the internet in general. I mean, that movie came out, 92, 91? The second movie, I mean. And we didn't really know, at least in the public eye, what distributed computing looked like, or, redundancy in that way. Multiple servers all having access to the same information. So Terminator's got a lot of shit that would have to retcon to get right, or at least to pretend that we got hit by the machines coming back before we invented any of that.
Yeah.
But that opens its own can of worms. It's effed up. The Terminator.
Well, it's already messed up because John Connor is created by a person being sent back in time by him.
That's right.
It's already there's already a bit of a problem.
It's already let's see who the actor was it's Albie or Huckleberry, not him, but the guy who's going to fight shit, that actor. Not Sean Bean. The other Michael Bean. Michael Bean came back. Yeah. Wait a minute. Was the whole point of the first movie? Oh my gosh, you're about to blow my mind. Hold on a second. Let me prepare for this.
Scott's on the cusp of a discovery.
I really am. Did he come to the future or the past?
That's how John Connor came to be.
Did he come to the past just to impregnate what's her beak?
What is going on?
Or did he truly fall in love with her, and that was just the side effect of sleeping with the lady you're into? You know what I mean? Or is that all just the plan the whole time? Is Reese, you get back in time and you give my mom the old pokeroo? Was that it?
I don't think he knew that he needed to give her the old pokeroo, as you put it, but he did say that John, I don't remember if he says he gave him a picture of her or showed him a picture of her once. So I think John knew. He knew what he was doing.
Okay.
But I don't think that he told him, like, hey, when you're there, take her out to a steak dinner.
But
I mean, he was they were both adults at the time, though. See, you might have said something like, listen, the fate, you need to seduce and copulate with this
my mother.
Yeah.
So it's not just some lady, it's a freaking mom.
But like to Reese, it would be some lady, right? Like it's not.
Well, yeah, it's not his own.
You don't want to think about your parents banging, but you're happy they did it. You're alive because you know what I mean. Like, you're just
but it makes no sense. If Reese is his father in the past, then he's the father in the future. This is so. Listen, James Cameron.
Well, we don't have the full backstory. There's enough prequel roadway for like 3 more movies. So.
I don't know, man.
Just give it to Dave Filoni. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
He's the master of filling in plot holes.
Filoni fixes all things. He's got F right in his name. So.
Terminator needs its Filoni, and I'm sure it'll all make sense.
Yeah, and
the whole story.
Sure.
It's why there are paradoxes about this thing, especially because the machine's plan is a little bit futile if you consider the fact that, like, okay, well, if Kyle Reese has to go back to create John Connor, like, he doesn't exist unless he does that, and the only reason they want him to not exist, like, that has to establish that time is set. It actually cannot be changed. At least that's the way I would think about it, because, one, Terminator 2 says that this technology is based on the technology that came back, right? Because by getting rid of all the evidence and wiping out their files, that's it. They prevent Judgment Day. Forget all the sequels that come after.
Right.
So it's set. John Connor existing because of Kyle Reese coming back in the past, it's set, which means the Terminator's plan to, like, go back and change things is not really a plan to change things. It's a plan to facilitate the existence of the timeline. It's just given to happen.
Oh, yeah. You think of that. See, if you start thinking about it, that's what I'm saying. I feel like going to James Cameron and going, listen, Mr. Busy with your freaking blue people movies. Go back and explain yourself. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have to. It speaks for itself.
No, I think I have a sense of what happened. It's clearly Section 30. Michelle Yeoh's character has something to do with this timeline.
Oh, great.
Star Trek and Section 31. Because the other thing about this sending things to the past is, like, why is the only window of sending things to the past this? Like, wouldn't there be a giant cascading effect of assholes sending shit to the past for, like, tens of thousands of years. Like, why is it just in this window? That's, you know what I mean? Like, it's I don't know if there's a name for that theory, like eternal dumping ground theory or whatever, where it's just like, if someone's sending something to you from the future, then they can just keep doing it infinitely at infinite points of time in the future, such that you just devolve into incoherence.
That's why it's pointless. And if the world is actually, or if our existence is actually just a branch on branching timelines, every decision, every move, everything creates a new timeline, and everyone who exists here, there's now a copy essentially of us running on that timeline with those decisions and those results and consequences. If you start doing that, well, then it becomes pointless for them to come back at all.
It becomes Nash. What does it become?
It becomes shut up. Hold on. Not diarrhea. Wait, space. Time barf.
Time barf. Thank you. For those who aren't There Will Be Dungeons and Joys listeners, I hate multiversal theory because I don't see why humans have the sole dominion over branching timelines. I think a hydrogen atom could have multiple branching timelines, so everything gets branching timelines, which means it's time barf. It's not a tree branch; it's just barf.
Right. I don't know why I went to diarrhea,
but that's where time barf comes from. Yeah. And anyways, so these time travel discussions and narrative, if you're trying to actually find the lore science of it, will always devolve into time barf.
Yeah. The tricky part is that all of this started from me saying that the new Batman Lego game looks really good. That's how we got here. I just want to remind folks. So, John, I didn't know you had it.
Hold on. Before we get off time traveling robots.
Yeah, time travels are really important this week now.
One more thing. Yeah. I do think this means we have to play the greatest quote from Terminator, even though it's in a bad movie, and I'll paste the link to it in our Discord.
I'm watching for it. Here we go. It's a clip from Clip Cafe. I'm playing it. Here we go. Why would it?
Goddamn time traveling robots covering up their goddamn tracks. I knew it.
There you go.
That's it.
There you go. That's from Genesis, by the way. I never saw Genesis. That's the one I haven't seen because I heard it was shit and I shouldn't see it. So
they are bad. Almost all of them are bad.
Yeah. I kind of liked. I know I'm not supposed to, but I kind of like the Christian Bale one, the one in the future. I thought that was.
I think that one's okay. I think there are things to like about Terminator 3. I don't like most of it, but I do like its ending. I think it had a ballsy ending.
Yeah.
And I like Terminator 1 and 2. That's about it.
I remember thinking how old Arnold looked in 3, and then you go look now, and he looks fine in 3.
Yeah, it's fine. There's no problem.
It's really weird how our brains work that way. But anyway, yes, that was Joe Jonah Jameson there, Navrone 76. That was J.K. Simmons.
Complaining about goddamn time-traveling robots always covering up their tracks.
You know, and it kind of solves everything to say that. It's unfortunate it was in one of the worst of the movies to get that line, but whatever. We'll take it. Yes, Bo.
Yeah, to get back to Batman if we're ready.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Batman.
let's talk about Batman.
But I was like cruising through the reviews and stuff, and it's kind of funny because everyone's just like, they had all these DC games like Batman and Suicide Squad, stuff like that, and they're all crap. It's like, why is this game the best one? Multiple instances of the word peak in many reviews, like peak Batman.
Yeah.
Why is it a Lego game? Like, and even I'm like, I've played enough Lego games to kind of know what the flow is generally going to be, and you're like, it's light fare, right? It touches all.
You expect it to be
stuff in a franchise. I'm like, is this just got a good campaign? Like, I'm starting to get the impression they might have just made like another entry. Like someone's like the best, like it's part of the Arkham series, like
kind of
installment in the Arkham series, and I'm like, wait, did they just do a standard Lego game where it's just like the trappings and all the stuff from the franchise kind of hodgepodged? Or is it like, do they actually write a good story?
I looked up an interview or an article or something. I can't remember if it was a review, but they were talking about how they tapped the Arkham guys, the Rocksteady team, for the combat stuff. So like the combat is very similar to the way you do hand-to-hand combat in those games. But this thing also does what you would expect it to do, is reference a ton of the movies, and like the entire bank heist scene from Dark Knight is in this. I watched some gameplay of that. It looked awesome. They're going all in. And I didn't expect to see this. This wasn't even on my radar. I was just like, oh, another Lego game. Who gives a shit? Like, I'm sure.
This is like Lego game number 35 or something like that. Like, you're just like, okay, like whatever. And everyone's like, game of the year contender.
Apparently this is like an all-timer now. And there's scenes from everything you can think of with Batman, comic references only comic book character or comic book readers will get. Just like
they just did this with all the Star Wars movies, right? Like, what is it about this Batman game? Like, no one talked, even though it was like
that was a good one too. That one got really good reviews.
They liked it, but they're not talking about it in the same way. Like, just judging from like the comments I'm seeing, like peak game of the year, go to game, absolute cinema. Like everyone's just like, oh my god, this thing like slaps.
Yeah.
And crazy, I'm like, right? I feel skeptical. I'm like, you guys know it's Lego game number 500. Like, really? Is it really good?
Yeah.
I want to trust you. I want to believe you. I'm all for playing a good game. I don't kind of care what it is. And,
Star Wars one came out in 2022 is still enjoying really good reviews. We're in the high 80s, 89, 90%. I think they're maybe just on a bit of a roll here, and this is like a special sort of feeling achievement. And we also have been a little starved for this.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that missing it is a big part of it, too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, man, I would kill
right. How much of this is just meta backlash from game as a service, you know?
Could be.
Like from Suicide Squad and stuff. People just like... I'm feeling that with Stellar Blade. Transitioning from Diablo 4 to Stellar Blade, which I'll talk to later. But, like, you know, it's just you pay your $80-$90 and you get a complete, full, awesome experience out of it. So,
yeah. And for those at home...
I saw Chad... ask is Absolute Batman is in it. I do believe it's a skin. I don't believe it's like a character in and of itself.
Correct.
But
it's
it did
skins.
make me think, you know what I would love? Like we've done a lot of damage to the Arkham series of games. What if they took the spirit of the Arkham games and made Absolute Batman?
Don't tempt me with this idea. This is such a great idea.
It would be so good.
I know people were all really on the fence early on with that weird logo and the art style and everything else. Absolute Batman has turned out to be, including the whole Absolute line over at DC, killing it.
It's so good. But
it's so
Absolute
good.
Batman especially. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Like, I want it to be a movie, but I think more than a movie, I want it to be a game. Just follow the storyline of the comic. He gets in so many fights. There's plenty of places.
Plenty of action.
Do it.
Yep.
And you know, he's brutal, so you can be a little more violent with the game. Oh, I would love it.
Yep.
And it kind of has to be its own thing. You can't just put a skin on regular Batman because Absolute Batman is like 7 feet tall and 1 billion pounds. Like, he's not built the same as regular Batman. He's a different character.
In the advanced, if you buy the advanced version of this thing, you get to play it right now, and then if you don't, it starts Tuesday. Is that it?
Sorry, what is Absolute Batman? Is it a comic series?
Comic, yeah.
Yeah.
Last couple of years. It's so good.
It's a alternate reality sort of deal. It's set in a more realistic but darker kind of universe.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking at it like he's got like a Warhammer, it looks like.
Yeah, well, it's
his logo is an axe. He can attach a handle to his logo.
It's so
pull out a
cool.
freaking axe blade.
Is Absolute Batman a murdery Batman?
No, but he's poor. He doesn't
technically.
He's not the rich playboy that Bruce Wayne is in our timeline or in the normal timeline. He's a
construction worker.
Yeah. So it comes from a grittier point of view. The Superman, Absolute Superman's also got a really great arc about an alternate beginning for him and how that all worked out. It's awesome.
The artwork is sick. Like, it looks cool.
Oh, it
almost looks like he's an Elden Lord.
He does, yeah. He grew up with all of his, like, all the bad guys of the Batman universe were basically his friends growing up, though.
Yeah.
So, like, he's friends with the person who will become the Riddler, and he's friends with the person who will become the Penguin, and he's friends with the person who will be Killer Croc. Like, those are all his buddies.
Yeah.
And... oh, it's so good. I'm not going to spoil stuff.
Yeah.
Because you should go out and read it yourself. But oh my God.
If it sounds contrived, it really isn't. It's really well made, and to the point that it tops the comic charts every freaking month. So good.
Just judging by the art, like I sort of agree with John. Like this was a Souls-like game waiting to be made. Basically.
Yeah.
Well, and especially when you get into like Absolute Bane, who I think when he gets venomized, he's like 30 feet tall. It's so ridiculous. He's picking people up in his hand. Like it's nuts.
And it's funny because I don't normally like this stuff as much. Like when there's nothing new. Marvel does this sometimes. Everybody's done like versions of this, either reboots or alternate. Hey, here's a different idea applied to the way the X-Men work or whatever. This is the first time where I've really like I just think they've nailed it.
No, I'm just browsing image search, looking at comic covers and like frames, and I'm just like, man, it does really look distinctive and cool. Like
Absolute Wonder Woman, also really good. By the way.
Yeah,
I read that.
Yeah, I want to say she's got like a D4 Barbarian vibes going on her.
Yeah, she's a badass. Total badass. It's very, very good stuff. It helps to be fans of these characters going in because you get a lot of references. Like John said, his childhood friends are all these villains, but you don't have to. Like, I think you can still enjoy it without it.
No, I'm with John now. I want a Souls-like Absolute Batman. I haven't even read the comic. Just from the art, I'm like, oh yeah, I want this. That's awesome.
It's really, really cool. Well, let's get to this week's news. Enough Batman for now. I think I'm getting that though.
Oh, anyone buying it? Anyone playing it?
John got it.
I have it. I got to play it. My son wants to play with me, so I'm in this like holding pattern of like, okay, well, when are you ready? Because Dad would like to play it. I think I'm just going to need to put it on, and then he'll come in.
I mean,
that's how
I'm not dropping 90 on this, so this won't be any rush unless John. Like I'm pending John's comments.
Well, the one when it's after the early access period, it goes down, right? Or it's a lower price if you do that?
It's the deluxe version does have early access, so it's just you just don't buy the deluxe version.
And the deluxe version is 120 Canadian. So I'm like,
Oh, tomorrow is release date for everyone. So just wait a day.
Yeah.
No, but I'm waiting for John. Like this is a Lego game is not something I'm rushing out to buy. I didn't even buy the Star Wars one on sale when I was like, maybe I'll play this. Like, no, I'm very busy. Like,
it's a very
I want to
game.
hear if John's like comes in tomorrow or next week and salivating, and he can't stop salivating because just Batman. So good.
Well, did you like big open world Batman games with quests and talk to NPCs and go off and do
I like the Arkham's like Asylum's one of the best games of all time. City was amazing. I didn't really dig Origins. And Arkham Knight I didn't play that much either. I like the VR game. VR game was actually pretty sick.
Yeah.
I don't know. I play a Batman game.
And you're a child at heart. You like Lego. You're down.
But, I like Lego, but like there's 100 Lego games. I could just buy an $8 one if it's just like every other Lego game. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Yeah. Why am I going to spend on this?
Well, that's why it sounds like it definitely sounds like a cut above that. Like they've really gone hard.
I just don't believe it. I still don't believe it. I need more convincing.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited about it. Cradlefish in the chat says, let's see, PSA, early access, Steam's paid for beta, advanced access when you get access to the full game before general release due to purchase option. Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying tomorrow is 20 hours from now, it unlocks for everyone is what I'm getting at. So
it unlocks for the pores.
I will buy it for $20 less and do that, I think. Although you got a bunch of skins and shit, right, John?
I mean, yeah, it's not that you pay just for early access to it. You just there are other things tied to it. Mm-hmm. But I did buy the more expensive one because I was like, well, he wants to play this now, and then he was just like, no, Terminator 2.
He's like, sorry, Dad,
I showed him a clip of Terminator 2. I was just trying to keep him busy while the game downloaded. That's what I was doing. He was watching the game download on one screen. I was like, here, watch the car chase in Terminator 2. And then that got done, and he was like, can we go watch that whole movie? And I was like,
dude.
Yeah, I guess we can. I was like, but I was going to do this. He goes, you still can. I'll watch it by myself. And I said, well, I want to watch that movie with you. And he goes, great, let's go right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're going to go watch Terminator 2.
Yeah. Well, I think it's supposed to be good, and when we all get a chance to play it, we'll talk more about it. I think I am going to get it, though. All right, moving on to this week's big stories of the week. Check them out.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Here's the news. Sony confirms what we already knew. They're not doing story-based single-player games anymore on PC. They are now exclusives. And no PC ports, and that includes Yote and a few others that you
Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah.
Wolverine
will not come to PC. It is a shame, I think, and I think that this gets reversed in a few years. But for now, this is the new plan. They're going to keep it exclusive. So I think
back in style.
and we knew this I think we knew this, and this is just now confirmation, but
before,
it still makes me sad. I was hoping they'd reverse it.
Discussed. I think we're going to see, because I think the big companies do know what the other companies are doing, maybe not 100%, but obviously I think they are leaking things to each other. And they have some awareness of what's going on. I wouldn't be surprised if you hear something about exclusivity happening on Xbox's end soon. I think this may be an early response, as much as it is what they think is going to protect the brand. I know for me personally, so it's Sony's platform. Let's get it out of the way right out of the gate, because I feel like every time we talk about this, there's someone in the comments that thinks they're real clever that's like, well, Sony can decide what to do with their own platform. Yeah, they can. Absolutely. Of course they can. Mm-hmm. If this is what they think is best for business, let them try it. And I can also understand why they might think it, because we just saw Xbox go through a whole play our games anywhere, open, break down the walled garden, put it everywhere, anywhere somebody wants to be, there it is. And that seemed to not be a great move for them. Mm-hmm. It seemed to, they've been going through we got to rebuild the brand right now. And they've been making some good decisions there so far. So I can see why it might scare Sony. I do think that if Sony went a little more diving in with both feet instead of waiting a year or longer to put these games on PC, I do think they could have their cake and eat it too with PC. Mm-hmm. I do think that they could be in a place where their games are selling a lot better, and they just, because right now what they have the most powerful console on market at the moment, mm-hmm. for however long that's going to be.
Yeah.
And they got Grand Theft Auto coming out maybe this year. Yeah. We'll see. Actually, maybe during this show, we might find out if that's true or not. I think they're going to do just fine. Because I think a lot of people are going to look at Grand Theft Auto. That's not coming out on PC yet either. And I think a lot of people are going to go, I need to play it. I need to play it on the best system I can. Right now, that is Sony. And that's what I'm going to go out and get. And that's what I'm going to do. And I think that alone is going to get people in their ecosystem and have people excited about it. And I don't think that PC gamers and console gamers are the same market. I don't think you're losing people necessarily to it. And I think they could have served both. I think the reason they saw bad sales is because they decided to serve one well enough and they decided to serve the other one poorly. And it's very easy if a game's been out for over a year to go, I guess I'm not that excited about it. I've already heard the reviews. I've already watched the cinematics on YouTube. I've already had the ending spoiled to me. I'm not that invested in it. I think if they had gone a little more like day and date, I think they would have seen plenty of sales. I think it would have been fine. But this is what they want to try. They can go for it. Now, anybody out there that thinks this is a shitty decision, don't buy their games. It's that simple. There's a way you can let them know. Just don't buy their games.
The other sore spot too is all their games always needing you to sign in. Like I'm playing Stellar Blade, which isn't an exclusive, but it's got there's a button on there called Sign into PlayStation. And I'm always like, why?
Yeah.
For what? Why is this even on?
I mean, that first game is technically an exclusive, and then Sony did put it on PC, but it's an exclusive in the sense that it's tied into all their shit. Whereas I think the second one, the word was they pulled away from that, got other investment, and they're running the IP themselves and don't need them as a publisher anymore.
No, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of kerfuffle. Like Helldivers, for example, they've tried to require people to have a PSN account to play online on PC.
That was a mess.
And it's I'm already logged into Steam. It's friction. People do not want to sign in willy-nilly all the time all their live long day. I have a PS account, but it's just why? So I can get a free skin? No thanks. Why do I need to log in? And it's just stuff like that where they
don't like giving up control, man. They don't like it, and I don't blame them in some ways. But I think John's answer is the best answer, which is if this is a smart move. They thought it was smart in 2020. Starting with, what was it? Horizon Zero Dawn, I think, was the first one. They thought it was smart then to start putting their games on PC and not making them exclusive to the console. Now they've flipped completely the other direction. My guess is there's a happy medium. And right now they think that medium as well, the multiplayer focused stuff, will keep having Marathon and these other games out on many platforms.
Well, they need to, because that stuff's drying up even being on both.
I think to some extent it's to do with the rising cost of parts. Like one analysis of like the rising cost of everything, if you make the prediction that it's not going to go down, then your value selling your PlayStations at $800 starts to look like a deal and not look expensive. If like console, if you think that console gaming will have, or PC gaming will have more and more closed access in the next 5 years, like if you're mapping it out, like, you know, it is like inarguable it's becoming expensive. Whether or not that's short term depends on like how industry trends grow, but go with all of this. So if you're betting like, no, like there'll be more data centers built, RAM will continue to be shortage, like there's going to be no new fab plants anywhere. At minimum, it's going to take a long time for in some other country that doesn't do it to like gain an expertise and have professionals in this industry and establish itself. Like, so if you're like negotiating your contracts to make more machines and you expect PC won't be able to handle it because it's going to get more and more expensive and that actual consumer base will shrink, I think going exclusive makes sense if that's your outlook on the future. I don't know if they're right or not, but like that seems sensible to me.
I think jumping off of that too, it's not like you say like, oh, well, we made a PlayStation game, flip the PC switch and put it on PC. You know, there's expense and cost in porting something to PC. Sure. And it is one of the more difficult platforms because there is no uniformity to it. So you do a bad PC port, now you've got a bunch of bad PR that maybe you didn't even want to begin with, that you have to juggle. And their ports have not been even. Some have been incredible right out of the gate. Yep. Some have been awful and required a lot of fixing. And it may just be a pool they don't want to play in, especially if it's not doing that well. I do think that there is a model that Sony could have gone for it. They don't want to. You know, that's their choice to make. It is going to be our choice in turn to, like, this does to me make Sony games less attractive to me.
Yeah, for sure.
So I do not want to play Grand Theft Auto 6 on a old, and not that this one's not coming to PC. It is, which maybe makes it a bad example, but I don't want to play it on the original launch version of a PlayStation 5
Yeah.
Just don't.
They do have
I don't want to play it on a PlayStation 5 at all, period.
There's a console exclusivity going on, so effectively you're up against the same problem even with GTA. There's a time limit. You will get it on PC eventually, but it's the same problem.
But like, even taking an example like Wolverine, like I do not want Wolverine so badly that I am gonna go, well, I'm gonna play it not the way I want just to play it. I just won't buy it. Like that saves me $80, and you know, I'll watch the cutscenes. You know, I'll read the Wikipedia on what happens. Like, oh, okay, that sounds fine.
I mean, it may end up being amazing. My biggest. So here's my wrinkle on the theories. I think that the Steam machines are going to do extremely well, and I think that that's already been proven out on the Steam Deck. And I think Sony was taken aback by that. The Steam Deck easily sold more than the freaking Vita did, and what it effectively meant was PC players and Steam Deck players suddenly were playing PlayStation games right out of the box, and it became PlayStation on hardware that Sony doesn't own or control or make money from. And on top of that, they're paying 30% to Valve and others to host shit on their sites and their stores. So I think that they're scared a little bit. I don't mean this in a hyperbolic way. I think that just financially, it makes less sense for them to keep doing this, because really what they're doing is just saying, hey, remember PlayStation? Remember that whole brand? It's tied to our hardware and all our cool innovations and everything. Well, you just play this shit on your PC and it's fine. And also now there's a console essentially that Valve made that our games play on. Like they're kind of it's not their fault. It's not them. I don't think they missed the boat. I think they just didn't see what was coming, and they're not going to be the only ones that have this problem either. I think Microsoft's maybe having similar discussions. Maybe. I feel like that genie's way out of that bottle, though, on PC. But maybe not. Anyway, because they do day and date. But if the Steam machines are as popular as I expect them to be and as successful as they are, Sony does not want to be on those unless it's this legacy stuff that's already up here. And I'll bet you they delist stuff coming up. If you don't already own Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales or whatever, that thing's going to disappear from purchase for new buyers sooner than later from Steam and from Epic and other PC game fronts. I think that's what it is, because that is a stiff-looking, ugly competition stick in your face. And they weren't planning on that in 2020. So we'll see. I hope Sony doesn't regret it. I do hope they do, because then they'll bring them back and put them on PC again, which is where I want them. And also, it'd be nice today if the GTA announcement included, and we've decided to do day and date on PC. That would be amazing. Because otherwise, I'm not playing that game this year. Did John leave? He did.
Oh.
Yeah, John left.
I didn't notice he was
I didn't
gone.
notice either. Maybe he had to poo.
Okay.
I don't know. We've all had to poo before. Sometimes you got to poo,
All right.
guys.
Yeah, maybe he had an emergency. Did he chat? I look away for 2 seconds. Oh, he's got to use the restroom.
All right. Take the poopy. No
I'm
problem.
sure he's appreciative that
we're bringing this up. But yeah, we never do this to you, by the way.
A little poo is coming out of his butt.
You got the little grease pencil tip. I know how that is. I've been
anyways, yeah. All right.
Oh, let's talk about Warhorse and their making of the Lord of the Rings RPG and some stuff like that. Because there was sad news, a week or two ago, that Amazon was canceling their long worked on, although kind of hush-hush, new MMO set in the Lord of the Rings universe. Well, now we're getting an RPG, straight up RPG. How's that sound to you? You want that?
I need to play Kingdom Come. I feel stressed out. You know what I mean? When you're like, oh, this company that made an awesome game is now making another awesome game. You're like, no.
Yeah. But they're doing fantasy this time, unless, just.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about the Lord of the Rings of it all, but because I've never really played a Lord of the Rings video game, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole, I know the, what was it? The something of war, the one where with the Nemesis system, whatever, Shadows of War.
Oh, you never played those? Those are so
I never
good.
played those, and I heard great things about them. I don't have a negative opinion or anything like that or anything to say, but I just always seem to avoid them because I don't know why. I think Lord of the Rings to me feels as an IP like not a fairy tale. It's just so foundational that like doing shit in it feels a little. What's the word? Not disruptive.
I get this.
Like a little sacrilegious a little bit. It's like I'll watch a movie, I've read the books. I don't know that it's ever something where I'm like, oh, I want to be a part of this world. I just don't have those feelings about it, but why not? So anyway, these guys are, from what I know about Kingdom Come, is like, at least on the historical front, they've tried to be very authentic. Mm-hmm. That's, I think, an appeal of their game. So I wonder what, like, if that's something they'll focus on, like, the way Peter Jackson was like, we looked at the books and we made the thing like the thing in the books or what, like it was important for that Lord of the Rings. Mm-hmm. I just wonder if they'll approach it this way. And, that does sound kind of exciting.
Mechanically, it's exciting, right? Because we know how deep those guys go with their systems.
Well, am I going to be doing laundry in Lord of the Rings?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Because that's kind of like, that's one of the weird, maybe that's not a bad thing. They show them doing laundry all the time when they're in the Shire and stuff. So like, yeah, let's say I'm very curious. They're a talented company. I think they'll make something cool. So like, I don't know, but
I kind of want it to be in the world, but not of the stories.
I don't want to play the Lord of the Rings story or the Hobbit story or here's our version of Silmarillion or whatever. Like it just give me its own thing. It'd probably be very cool. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. Mechanically, it's interesting to me. And Lord of the Rings hasn't had like a big monster game hit in a while. Or am I forgetting something? I mean, the MMO still goes, the original.
The MMO is still going, but like, that's what I mean. I don't often just avoid Lord of the Rings video games because, like I said, it just doesn't feel. I just always feel a way about it. I guess I'm like, You know, I don't know. It's like there's those franchises that are like, you know, comic books are kind of like this, where it's like we're talking about Absolute Batman, right? It's just like, let's just throw all the canon out the window and take the things that we know and do thing, and you're like, okay, cool. But you know, Lord of the Rings kind of started it all. Yeah, and they
said it before. Foundational is a key word.
Yeah,
right.
They took the idea. I think as it was written, it wasn't Tolkien wasn't like, I'm going to write a genre novel in the fantasy genre. It's like didn't exist. He was just like, I'm going to just take a huge comprehensive approach to the idea of fairy tales in what I'm making as an allegory for war and whatever and human nature. It's not, you know what I mean? I don't think of it like I think like, oh, a new Dragonlance novel. Even though I guess that's kind of what his son did, because isn't there like there's a giant pile of books you can dig into, I suppose, and it does become that.
There's a bunch of extra fiction, yeah.
I put like Lord of the Rings kind of in the same bucket as I would put like, you know, reading War and Peace or Thomas Hardy or George Eliot or what. Like I just think of it as a literary work and not as a franchise deal like Star Wars or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I always feel weird about playing Lord of the Rings games. You know, it's like.
It's funny. It's how I feel about. I feel
Thomas
that way.
Hardy novels would make great video games too.
Well, they could. I think about Dune this way. Like I love Dune. The book is foundational to me.
Dune's another good example of this. Yeah. Yes,
and you can do games, and I actually think that survival game that's out now, even though it didn't really hit with me, I like that it's not just retelling the story. It's just in the world doing something. So maybe they could pull something off. I just think their other game, you know, Warhorse knows how to make these hyper, not realistic because it's not the right word, but just these detailed, deep systems where the world just feels so alive and every inch of the game feels like something I can do something with.
Well, and the codex is like that too. Like when I play Kingdom Come, like you get a codex entry, and rather than be like someone's diary or something like that, it was like it's like a history lesson. Like in this era, in this country, this is how they did things, and so we put it in this way because this is according to historical blah blah blah. Like for like doing laundry, there'll be an entry for doing laundry and stuff like. So it's like it's weirdly almost like taking a history class when you play. Like Assassin's Creed doesn't even do it as much, but Assassin's Creed does have sometimes those versions of the game that are just for classrooms, you know, where they just
the tour of Egypt and all that.
Yeah. Like Kingdom Come feels that way when you're playing it sometimes, where like you'll go to the codex entries if you read those, and like just it'll explain very surface level why things are what they're depicting, and then like I guess if I was interested, I could look up more if I wanted to know more. You know, almost like you know, if they made they do those Civil War reenactments, and those people like know a lot about history. Like, wow, James Bunyan like climbed this mountain on the third day of the war.
James Bunyan. I like that name.
Yeah. You know, like they're not just doing like the aesthetics of like war. They know like the names of the people and who did the moves and who said the speeches and whatever. And it, you know, makes me think like if one of those guys could ever develop a video game, that's what that video game would be like. On day 3, James Bunyan climbed the Hamburger Getty, and
James Bunyan in the battle at Hamburger Yeti. Who can forget? Who can forget? An amazing time. Bo or John, where you land on the Kingdom Come-ifying of Mordor? It's not coming out exactly the way
I've never heard the word cummification before.
The cummification.
I don't want to forget it.
The Kingdom Cummification. There you go. That's still not working.
No.
Anyway.
No, I like cummification because that's going to make everybody kind of go, what? You mean, I don't mean it that way.
Is this game a cum-like?
Yeah, is it a cum-like?
Exactly.
But am I, think of it, let's say they make this game and you're like Henry in the sense that you're a nobody. You've never heard of this guy, Henry from Kingdom Come. And now you're running around doing Lord of the Rings shit and you become a big deal in the circles that you're in, but it's not retelling the Lord of the Rings. It's just, it's here, it's in Middle Earth.
This is the 100th tangent, but I don't know if you guys saw this, but there is a cum-like coming. I put it in the...
A what now?
I put it in the chat. It's safe for work.
Oh, I saw this.
Oh, yeah.
Sperm game.
I think this is the best title a video game has had in years.
Oh, really? It's called Become.
It's Become. And it's
yeah, you said it the right way.
Yeah, you really did. But look at it. It's basically the journey through the urethra, and then I can't
believe this wasn't made sooner. This is amazing.
But look at this. You have to be a good sperm so you can get to the egg. It's actually kind of in a weird way, it's a wholesome.
It's like Mario Kart, but for being born.
Yeah, it's kind of wholesome and in a weird way, like it's this miracle of birth thing. I don't know. I still want to see what the.
I mean, this is the game I'm most excited for in 2026. Let's be real.
Is it this year? It's coming out. Yeah, it is. It says. Become. Come on, man.
Anyways, this is a come like. That's just what I want.
Yeah, it's a come like. I get it.
Yeah.
So, John, hot take. What do you think of this?
You want a hot take?
The hottest of takes.
Okay, the hot take is sounds amazing as long as it's a game I like playing, because Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a game I don't like to play. It's the one, I mean, like, I tried to say it in a hot take way, but here is the truth. I really liked Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think I put it on my top 10 games of the year.
You did.
Despite the fact that I didn't play it very much. But there's been no other game that I've played that I just want to keep talking about with other people, because the experiences in it are so unique and so different, and all of that. I just hate how it plays. I think a lot of that comes down to combat, and I know there are people who love the combat system in the game. I don't like it. And I just couldn't get used to it. And it was one of those things where every time I was in the game, I was like, I love this world. I love the characters. I love the setting. I love the story. I love the stories that I'm telling other people. And I just don't like playing the game. And I hope that whatever comes next from them, I just hope I like playing it, because I think they're doing amazing things. I think the games they're putting out are incredible, undeniably incredible. I just, for whatever reason, don't have fun playing them.
I bet they have to dial some of that back to make the Lord of the Rings thing work, because you've got to be fantastic and fun, and that's hard to do.
Just the smallest margin, too, because that's the thing is I think about doing the blacksmithing in that game. I loved it because it was methodical and tedious and a little bit too much, but not like to crazy simulation levels, but that it wasn't just press A to blacksmith. I like that they made it more than that. So that needs to exist to a degree, but there is somewhere between where they're at right now, and whether it's a toggle or an option, I don't know. But there's a balance where I fall that it just didn't quite hit for me.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. We're way off on this. They just started. I made the announcement, and that's all we have. So I'm guessing 2028 at the earliest, probably later than that. But we'll keep our eye on it here on Core. Eye on Core is the name of our new segment. Not really. I made that up. Guys, Virtua Fighter 6 leaked a little bit. A little leaky. And here's the good news. So this is the team on your Yakuza business. So that's exciting. Working on this. And we've only had like kind of a fake trailer up till now. So here's what we know in a nutshell. This is just the short of it. If this leak is to be fully trusted, it's called Virtua Fighter Crossroads with a colon in there. It's fine. I don't know what it means, but there it is. Footage shows a new male fighter named Cielo or Cielo. I'm not sure how you say it. He's right here. I have a picture of him. That's the guy getting punched. A little face punch there.
Okay.
He's in there. And let's see. He appears to specialize in Southeast Asian martial arts, along an older version of the series favorite Pai Chan. Wolf and Stella were also present in the leaked clips. This is they expect a formal reveal to take place in an upcoming event like State of Play in June or Summer Games Fest or even EVO 2026. There's the Reddit page that featured the video leak. Let me show you some of this. It looks nice. This is somebody's camera on screen, so it's not like the best quality, but you can see there's a lot of crazy, like, look at the way his arms are moving. Like, there's a lot of nuance happening in the fighting. I think this looks freaking glorious. I'm so excited for a new VF. So I'm all in. But Virtua Fighter 6 Crossroads, I guess, is how you would call this.
Okay.
And there you go. Coming soon.
Well, that's cool. Looks good.
You think they'll sneak?
Look forward to seeing it with less artifacting.
Yeah, that'd be nice, right? The fact that it's the Yakuza people. Do you think we get any Yakuza guest star people fighting in this? Because Sega,
that's an interesting thought.
Yeah, I'd be all right with that. Be fine.
Kiryu, yeah, but yeah,
doesn't have to be part of some campaign, but you could put them into the fighter roster and
Oh, it's unlockables. All these games do celeb cameos for like DLC and stuff. I don't see why you wouldn't put Kiryu and Ichiban or Majima as. Yeah,
why not? It'd be funny if it was. Wait, who's the fuzzy one from?
Ichiban.
Kasuga? What if it all turned turn-based when he fought, but only when he fought?
That would be wild.
Can you believe it?
It would just like wild decision.
Choose your power or whatever. Anyway, that's coming. We don't know when. Despite what Bungie has said multiple times, they are winding down Destiny 2. How do we know this? Today, breaking news. They announced it via their website in a big long post called Destiny 2, Every End is a New Beginning. You might think that's them announcing Destiny 3. They did not. Nobody's really sure what's going on here, except to say that
the new beginning is not actually a new beginning.
It's really just a new ending.
It's please go buy Marathon. That's where all our eggs are currently located. Go play Marathon.
You're not wrong.
The new beginning.
You're not wrong about that. And I think that's what's going on. I'm not trying to be a cynic about it. I just think that that's the way of things. And Destiny 2 is on its way out. I don't know. Let's see. To end it on I'm trying to find the Destiny will begin a new journey as a studio. I was trying to find if they had a wind down date, and I don't see it.
No, they say here original Destiny is still playable.
Yeah, and this one may well be too. It just like one of those on.
They're just not doing any new.
Right.
They're doing, what do we call it for Blizzard?
The live service. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
They're on life support. Maintenance mode. That's it.
Maintenance mode.
Yeah. So they're Heroes of the Storm right now, or will be, right?
Yeah. Or Warcraft 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
or any number of.
It's just they're not releasing new X packs. Maybe there'll be free content every now and then, but they're done with it.
Yep.
Which is like, okay, great. That game's been out forever. It's cool. Maybe a third one's on the way. I don't know.
Probably.
Well, and it's an
2019,
aspect of
17 years of Destiny 2.
It's an aspect of business that I don't fully understand, but one of those, like, didn't Sony recently have to, they devalued their acquisition of Bungie, where they had to basically say, like, yeah, it's a loss compared to what we paid for it, which my understanding, which is very limited, is that they might need to be making some changes at Bungie, because if Sony is no longer saying they're worth what they paid for, you can certainly see a future where costs are getting cut, and trying to support 2 live service games at the same time might not be in the possibility at the moment for them.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think this is a bit unfortunate. I don't think Destiny and Marathon are the same game, and I think they will appeal to different people. So I do think that there's probably a lot of Destiny players that are going to be bummed about this, because it's not as simple as, well, go play Destiny 3. It's not like you just push people onto the next thing that's clearly theirs. I don't think you can easily say, like, oh, you're sad about Destiny 2 support ending? Well, just go move on to Marathon now.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that is necessarily the same audience, but...
Definitely not the same game. It's a very different kind of game.
Yeah.
So I know they're adding, Marathon just announced they're adding a PvE only mode, so you don't have to do any of the PvP stuff if you don't want to. It's really just you and your friends taking on the world or whatever. I think that's a good move, but this is where their cards are right now.
Wild. I can't imagine anybody would have said that when it was announced.
Jeez.
It's funny. I was just doing a bit of comparison because...
definitely heard John say it. I remember that.
Yes. Destiny 2 is... It's always fun to compare Warframe to Destiny 2. Mind you, I know Destiny's on console, so we don't have the whole numbers, but just comparing the charts, like Warframe outperforms Destiny like 6 to 10x roughly, depending on what's going on. So it just might be also that Destiny is like kind of hit its...
It's also on console.
Interest level peak.
Warframe's on.
Oh, Warframe is also on console. Okay, well, fair enough then. So I just feel like Warframe's probably centered a little more strongly on marketing for PC than like Destiny's got ads on a lot of mainstream. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably, I could see it being bigger probably on the consoles than Warframe, but like it's a big enough gap to show like, more players are more regularly logging into like Warframe than they do Destiny, and Bungie's a bigger company. Like it probably has bigger burn rate than Digital Extremes, if I had to guess. So like my guess would be like Destiny, like there's no motion with Destiny 2, like in terms of, like John said, they paid a lot for the company and not much is going on in terms of sales and excitement for Destiny 2. So.
Yeah. But at the same time, they absolutely said, well, we're going to continue to force them into the live service hole. So I don't know what Sony
Destiny
thinks.
3, I feel like Destiny's a strong franchise. They just need to shake things up a bit. And like John said, I played Marathon. It's an extraction shooter. It's nothing like Destiny. So
yeah.
I don't know if it's the same or a different player base. It might be the same because tastes are like extraction is like a hotness right now. You know, like just look at all the extraction games that have come out this year.
Yeah, it's all the rage.
To chase Tarkov. So, but I don't think it means it appeals to everybody. I don't think extraction is like universally appealing, say, as something like a Fortnite or, you know, looter shooters are very down, right? I mean,
yeah, I think in general
there's a lot of options like Helldivers, stuff like that. So maybe it's something new. You know, maybe
I think we've spilled a lot of that popcorn in the lobby already. People are kind of like, what's next? And I think extraction shooters are kind of what's next, but they're kind of what's now, and then what's after that. I feel like survival games are having a moment of growth on a bunch of fronts, and things like Subnautica 2 hitting really well, and Windrow's doing well, and you know, a bunch of other games. I think
maybe they'll make a new single player. I mean, Bungie's the Halo guys. Why not?
I'd love
cook up a new franchise.
Hell yeah.
That's
hell yeah.
And with PlayStation going exclusives, Bungie's a great house to cook up a new hot exclusive, just with that legacy, right? So
well, if it's multiplayer, it'll be on everything because I
was saying single player, like a good single player exclusive offering. Because one thing about that Sony business is that their multiplayer is still going to be available cross platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Their exclusives are like what are traditionally in the single player camp,
right? Yeah.
So you got a name like Bungie. You want to play Bungie's new shit, you have to have a PlayStation.
Yeah. Make a new version.
And then if you want the online thing, they got maintenance mode Destiny, and you got Marathon. You know, so
maintenance mode Destiny. They should call it that. That won't hurt sales at all. Yeah. Remember Myth? Do you guys remember the games Myth that they made? Bungie made way back in the PC, very early PC game, Mac and PC game.
By reputation only, I think.
Oh, I loved Myth 1 and 2 so much. If they could make a new Myth, they won't. They never would. But man, Myth.
I definitely played this because I remember having this box in my house, but I have no memory of this game.
Oh, I loved it. It was kind of RTS-y. I don't know even how to describe it. There was a little Diablo, a little RTS, a little RPG. I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe Myth. I just remember loving it and playing the living shit out of it. And me and my buddies at work would play it on the LAN. Here it is, The Fallen Lord. I'll just look a little video from it. Skip ahead some. No, this isn't it. No, this is it. Hold on. Here it is.
Yes. No. Possibly.
See how these little units, and it was very tactical.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks like shit now.
Because I look at the box art and I'm like, I definitely owned this. I've never seen this gameplay. So either I'm just thinking of my time working in a video game store and assuming I owned everything, or I bought something that I never played.
I look at it now and I realize, well, they're not going to make this again because the Total War series is this. Like, someone's already doing this better.
Welcome to 2K sales. I don't know.
Not going to happen. Anyway,
RTS, they're not very hot right now. So
tons of Warhammer stuff came out today and yesterday. We're in the midst of the Warhammer Skull Showcase 2026, and I've got a list of things that just some of the bigger stuff. We don't have to spend a lot of time on this. People who love 40K and love Age of Sigmar, you're going to want to rush out and see this. You probably already know about it because you're already those people. But it is the 10th anniversary of the showcase, which is pretty cool. And there are a bunch of updates and reveals for major games. I made a little list here in a doc of the ones I thought that stood out. So, for example, Warhammer 40K Dawn of War 4, which we already knew was a thing, is set for release now. We have a date, September 17th, 2026. So, speaking of your RTS fix, I am very excited about this game. I really hope
this
they
is
nail it.
maximum hype, right? Like the 40, the 4. This is total. Is it Total War?
No,
Total
this
War.
one's more like the regular RTS. The Total War thing.
Oh, right. Dawn of War, of course. I know. Okay.
Yeah. It's easy to mix them up.
Total War. I just had a brain fart. I know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is. Yeah, I remember this now. This is huge. This is huge hype. I mean, who knows what it'll be received as? There is a 40K Total War coming as well, though, right?
Yes, that one's further off, but that one looks freaking awesome.
Okay,
too.
that's why I had it all mixed up.
That'll be a must
Total War
play.
is a big franchise. So, yeah, and this looked pretty cool. All right.
Yep. So don't make Myth, Bungie. There's already too many Myth likes.
September, this is releasing in September 2026.
Yep.
So,
Yep, we have a date. We didn't have that prior to this. Also, the sequel to the Warhammer 40K Chaos Gate game. The last one was called Demon Hunters. This is called Death Watch. This was basically XCOM meets 40K. First game was quite good, I thought. The only problem I had with the first one is it did not run on my Steam Deck, which pissed me off because at the time I was super adamant about those sorts of things. It was early in the release of that thing. But also, it just had some problems and some jank. I really hope their follow-up addresses a bunch of that because I think that the 40K universe and an XCOM style turn-based game are an amazing combination of ideas. So bring it on.
Yeah, this is one I own and bought on sale but never played.
I like it. Like I say, it's just there's some jank. I don't know.
Yeah, I can kind of tell just by the vibe it gives off, but yeah.
It's a cool idea though. So we'll see how they do with that. There's a Helldivers 2 crossover coming. Speaking of Sony and their live games, they're doing. Let's see, what's this called? It's basically a crossover with Helldivers 2 and the Warhammer 40K universe. It's currently in development. We don't know much else, but
is it content for Helldivers 2 or?
Yes. So it's like Helldivers 2. Here's what I imagine. I'm probably wrong. But there'll be a planet you go to in Helldivers 2, and you drop out of the sky and you land and you fight orcs with a C. Or the K, sorry.
Okay.
That's my thinking. It'd be like that. It's like, oh no, the frickin' Tyranids. They kind of already have that in that game where you fight bug-like creatures, but I could see that, and then there'll be armor stuff and skins and all that shit. So
I just wonder how dissonant it'll be. I guess, yeah, who cares? Like, I don't know. Helldivers has a very distinct vibe. It'll be weird to be dressed up as like a battle maiden, listening to like a trumpety fascist song being played as you blow up bugs. Like there's just a kind of overall vibe the game gives that I'm like, crossover's kind of, I don't know, but
that's weird. It's a little weird.
I like Warhammer.
Just let that wash
exactly. As much as I like Warhammer, like I like the idea of like armor sets inspired by it, but if I literally look like, Bloodwatch, it's gonna feel a little like goofy.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to do it. My guess is it's going to feel.
People are mad as hell at that game again. Anyways, I just went to the store to look at it. It's like mostly negative, and I'm like, again.
Oh, at Helldivers? Why? Oh, there's always beef, right?
Every time there's a balance or change, that just seems to. I don't know. People that play that game, I think, are just angry. I think that's just how things shake out. Like
it does.
I can't keep up. Like I don't know, but like I just every 6 months. Helldivers did something really stupid and we hate it, and then another 6 months, oh, they're back, they did a thing and then we like it, and then 6 months later, oh, this game's the worst. Like it's just constant with this game.
They went from they're getting bombed right now, but they went from low 90s to mostly negative like almost overnight because something changed and they didn't like it.
I think they just keep trying to balance things and it always removing people's fun. And I think they just make a habit of doing it. It's not like it's like once, it's like I said, every 6 months.
Maybe it's Diablo players who are pissed that they never go to hell. They are called Helldivers, but there's no diving in hell, and they're mad about that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. It's a good point.
You're going to have Diablo in your game, and you're going to have hell in your Helldivers? Man.
I think the idea is it's just war as hell, and then you're shooting onto a planet just full of war.
I know that, and you know that, but do these idiots know that? That's the question.
No, I think it's mostly like, the railgun used to do more damage, and now it doesn't. I hate your company forever.
You're the worst. That's about it. There's some DLC and some other stuff, but go check it out if you're a big Warhammer fan, because the tabletop stuff and all that, of course, got big updates, big changes, big additions, all kinds of talk about the game systems as well as just stuff that's newly available. And if you're into that world, man, you're having a good time. Let's talk about Quantic Dream's MOBA real quick.
There was one. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
One more thing to mention. John. Hi.
Yes. Hi. Hello.
Hello.
There's a demo out for Warhammer Survivors.
Oh, I know.
There is?
I'm gonna play it for sure. Gonna
And that's
be playing
actually them, right? The Survivors people made it for him, right? No? I thought they did.
No, it is. It's
Pongle made it? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was some joint deal, if I remember right.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was I thought they were just cribbing really hard off them.
I mean, yeah, but it's because they're
Yeah, it says Auroch Digital. Was Auroch Digital related to Pongle? There might be still a collab.
There's some connection, right?
There is a connection, yes, because I remember thinking it is ripping off, but then I went, oh no, they're actually connected.
Okay, we investigated this before and we remembered.
Maybe
I don't remember why or how.
They could be
Auroch Digital and Vampire Survivors created Pongle have teamed up to develop Warhammer Survivors.
Okay,
great.
So it's a different developer, but they worked in conjunction with them.
No,
so.
because if they didn't do that, I'd say they ripped.
I mean, it's literally some of the assets are exactly the same.
Yeah.
But nope, they're collaborating, so that's cool.
That is cool.
It's good. So I think it's also a big deal for our Bullet Heaven enjoyers. I'm going to fast forward one of the things I put in here. Did you, just because I'm talking about this, but Steam's calling Survivor Likes Bullet Heaven, and I just want to know, John.
Oh yeah, okay? Right. You should be okay because it's been ruining other categories, don't you think, John? Kind of
Bullet Heaven or Survivors?
Survivors have been messing with other survival games that aren't nothing to do with this.
Survival's a word that gets used a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm of two minds. I don't know that I love Bullet Heaven for the title. Because to me, that immediately, you're getting rid of one problem, which is you say survivors and yeah, my brain does tend to think punch a tree, get wood, make a crafting bench.
Right. Yeah, you nailed the genre.
That's what I tend to think. But now you've just moved it into, now it just sounds like bullet hell, and I don't think these games are bullet hell. I mean, they're more that than they are a survival game. Sure. Because it's kind of just the enemies are the bullets, but I don't know that it gets away from the problem, which is it sounds like something else, and Bullet Heaven sounds like something else. But maybe if we just all call it that for long enough, maybe it'll work. But I don't love the new name. I don't hate the fact that we want to get away from Survivors, but I feel like maybe the die has already been cast on Survivors. I think people do actually know what that means.
Yeah, I just think it'll clear up some searching issues and tagging issues, and it's not going to clear up most people have it square in their heads. I just think a search on the site blows, because if you search for Survivor, it's not that. You know what I mean?
The problem with these terminologies is a committee didn't sit down and come up with it. We just organically all started doing it naturally, right?
Yeah.
So if someone comes along and is like, I know what I'll do. I'll make everyone use the word I like. That doesn't. Nobody likes
Bullet Heaven.
We need to stop using the word, sales associate and call everyone celebrity.
Man, I told somebody, when you said that last week, I told some friend of mine who's in a sales position somewhere, he's in charge of people, and I could feel his eye rolls over the phone.
Yeah. But that's a real thing. It happened. That's historical fact.
Terrible, man.
And then someone is like, why do we call people sales associates? We should call them sales superstars. So to me, this Bullet Heaven thing is someone with logic and facts and reason said, oh yes, the search space is crowded. Let's give it something unique.
Yeah.
And it's nobody. That's not how these things work.
Oh,
when we come up with terminology, we're not what's a great empty space in the English language for some new vowels and new syllables.
The other one I forgot to even mention, the Warhammer 40K Mechanicus 2 game came out today, and the reviews are bad. I don't know what's going on.
I browsed it. It looks like it's just performance issues.
Okay.
Sluggish hardware.
I can deal with that.
I think I saw a few comments about maybe the gameplay, but it's the It's day one. You know,
I know.
There's
It's
always
just always
someone who went to play 2 minutes and is like, they ruined the game.
I loved Mechanicus 1. It was a great turn-based game, and it focused on all the...
Looks cool.
I love all the tech priest shit. I'm just super into that.
I
And,
think you can play as Necrons in this one.
ooh, I killed a lot of Necrons in the first one.
Yeah, and this one you can play. It says you can play as both the Necrons and the Omnissiah.
Oh, the Omni Messiah stuff is... I just love how they're all like talking in like fake code, and I just love it. Love it. All right, moving on. Where are we now? Oh, Quantic Dream. Remember when they said they were making a MOBA and we were like, what the hell? But I guess it came out. Or it happened.
It's done. It released already. None of us knew. Like we covered it when they were. I brought it because I'm like, this is hilarious. We had our field day with it, saying like they're doing this all wrong, and this almost escaped my notice. I'm lucky I was doing some show notes, before the show, and I saw a humble little article squished in between PC Gamer reviews from 15 years ago. We pre-show everyone if you want to know what that's about. And it was like, wait, the Quantic Dream MOBA came out, and wait, it's closed down, and they even shut down the Steam store. Like you can't. I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to try it.
No, that was the least marketed thing I think I may have ever experienced on this show, especially.
So put it in maintenance mode, like these.
Crazy.
I don't understand these companies that are like, shut down their games like this. This is why we need to stop killing games. They literally just killed a game they just released. And like, look, if you're like, I don't want to pay server costs, at least like let it go live and just put a queue and just say like, we're only paying enough to host like 50 concurrents or something like that. You're still making games. You still have revenue. It's probably only a couple grand a year to keep this thing going. Oh my God, man. I hate this shit.
They released it the day that Marathon came out and slammed servers, which was also the day that Horizon Hunters happened, and then the same
game fail?
The same day Next Fest was started.
Anyways,
like, what are you doing?
I just wanted to make sure we marked it because it was a big story, and then to have it come and go, I don't know. I just felt important to
really stupid
to look at and be like, well, it happened, and we were right.
Yeah, you're right the whole time. All right. Did we find it? Have we heard anything on the GTA 6 thing? No drops yet?
So apparently there was a confirmation put out I didn't see anything big. Like there was a lot of speculation. Maybe there would be a trailer that came out today. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but apparently Take-Two did put out a document that still, like today, still says Grand Theft Auto 6 coming November 19th, 2026.
November.
So
okay.
They have, as recently as today, still acknowledged that it's this year. Because I know a lot of people are putting your betting on it not being.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it's still supposed to be this year. No price announced. No new trailer yet.
No
as
PC
far as I
news,
know,
nothing.
If something else came out, it hasn't been posted yet.
Okay.
So
we'll keep our eyes on it in case something.
I'll let you know. But I did reserve this space in the show to talk about it because there was supposed to be something.
Yeah.
But I don't think anything's either happened yet or it wasn't worth talking about.
Yeah, we thought it would happen by now. I was so excited. I commemorated the event by doing a doodle of John a little earlier.
Is that me?
That's you. I'm going to give this away in the Discord later and mail it to a winner. Yeah, a little core contest later with some other stuff too. I got some stickers and crap to give away. But if you want a very poorly drawn portrait of John, it could be yours
on this day.
On this day of our Lord. Yeah, it's a big deal. Let's see what else. Finally,
though.
What's that?
Sorry, quick mention. CD Projekt Red is really disappointed. I got all hyped for some new Witcher stuff, and the anniversary came and went with no Witcher 3 DLC.
Oh, that's right. Right. We had Bo was hoping for some Witcher 3 news.
That's right.
Well, I was only hoping it because people told me. Crofton was like, hey, you're playing at a good time. There's going to be a new Witcher 3 DLC, apparently. I'm like, what?
He's not the best source of information, that Crofton.
Yeah, well, clearly. But
he wasn't the only one. I read articles, again, going back to, man, PC Gamer might have fallen off. I'm pretty sure they put out something saying, like, hey, maybe something's coming.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that bums me out. I don't want PCGamer.com.
Now I'm just gonna stop thinking about it. I'm like, you know what? I think this might be bogus.
And maybe they'll turn right around and do it, and then you'll be like nicely surprised, right?
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. All right, look forward to that. Sunderfolk is free on Epic. Everybody pick it up. I'm going to get it. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, please get it. It's good. I really think.
I don't think it is free on Epic anymore. I think as of today it changed.
Oh, did I?
The link said free today. When I put the link in there, it said free.
Shit.
Does it? Because I checked Epic's free games today, and it is not Sunderfolk.
Hold on.
Click the link, and it says free. May include in-app purchases.
It says get. Oh, yeah.
It does say get. That's true.
I'm going to try to get. Oh, it's going to make me log in and all this. I'll do this later.
Scott and I just had the exact same experience. It says get. I'm going to click get. Oh, it wants me to log in. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
That's the number one problem with Epic is it's not on my default launch startup, and I don't want that shit loading up, so I got to log in manually. And then it's like, oh, what's your password? Even it's funny, Crofton was telling Mike about it because, they have kids. They're always looking for games to play with their kids. Good family game.
Yeah.
A really good family game, actually. But it's a good family game. It's also good for us as adult video game players because it has competent RPG mechanics. So it bridges that gap nicely between, I'm playing a CRPG. But the rest of your family's not like, I'm playing a CRPG. I hate this. I'm like, it bridges that gap nicely. And then, Crofton's like, hey, it's free. You like free. You don't have to pay for it. And Mike's like, oh, sounds cool. And it was like, wait, it's on Epic. I have to make a new account. Pass. Just like, no thanks, Epic.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I think there might be a wrinkle to this really quick. Just to fully bring everyone up to speed here. So when you go into that page where you can get, it says that it is a base game you can get, but there's also an edition called the Standard Edition, which is $50. And when you look at Steam, just for cross comparison, it is also currently free until May 25th. Play for free until May 25th. But their normal version of the game is also $50. It's on sale on Steam for $20 right now. I think Steam right now is actually the better deal. I think this.
Everyone was telling me it was free, and right now I'm reading this thing and it says play the first 4 missions for free.
Yeah, I think
demo. A demo that's messing around.
That's lame.
Why was everyone telling me Sunderfolk was free?
Well, it looks free.
I think it might have been the free game for the week. Like,
was it a free
ago.
first 4 missions free? Because
I don't know. I didn't check because
I didn't check earlier.
Like, hey,
so
it's free on Epic, and I went, I don't care about Sunderfolk.
Maybe someone could confirm. No, I've got the entire game. Although, did you check and play the game and were duped into thinking you got the free game when it was the?
I just finished.
Says it was completely free. Did you check?
I just did. I haven't installed it yet, but I just did the full process of buying it, and it says that I got the base game for free. I will check it later and see. I don't know.
I need it checked. I need it verified.
He needs verification. Absolutely.
Well, we're telling people to go pick it up, but if it's like a demo that's like using languagey language to like
that stuff so much. Dude.
The game is now free, but actually it's just some bait and switch bullshit. I mean, mad.
However,
if you don't like Epic, $25 is a perfectly reasonable price for this game if you're willing to spend it.
I really do want to buy it, and their re-emphasis on letting you play it solo and stuff made me want it more, and I kind of want it.
Yeah, they have mouse and keyboard control, so if you are playing solo and don't want to use your phone, they did do a mouse and keyboard update. It's very easy to also stream it over like Discord and stuff. Like if you don't, the way you're meant to play it is play it on one computer and everyone uses their phones to control their dudes. But like you can stream it over video on Discord and it works fantastic. So yeah, great game.
Oh, someone just PM'd me and said, how come you guys didn't say the name of that Quantic Dream game? It was Spellcasters Chronicles.
Spellcasters Chronicles. Don't bother searching for it. The store page doesn't matter.
It's gone.
It's gone, and also it sounds like a mobile game. So have fun.
No, there still is
you
stuff
can't
on
go
Steam.
play a game you can't play.
There still is stuff on Steam for it. Like I did some digging. I can't find it, but like I did a search in the general look for a game. Like you normally do. It won't come up.
So you can still buy the DLC or whatever.
I think you need like an old link. Like I went to the PC Gamer article, clicked the link, and I found a store page. And it says no longer available on Steam. And then, but when I go to my actual Steam app to find it, it just won't even complete the search. Like it doesn't exist. Yeah. So.
Ooh, the free games this week are Tomb Raiders 1, 2, 3 remastered and Down to Bermuda. Those are both good. Down to Bermuda is okay. I played that. The Tomb Raider remasters. Now that's a mobile game. Those are all good. They're good remasters. I would recommend grabbing those. I kind of just go to Epic to grab things and then never go back, but whatever. Do what you got to do. All right. That's it for news. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about the stuff we played this week. And a reminder that you are a huge part, people at home, as to what makes this show happen. The things that make it happen at all. For example, signing up to one of these two things, Patreon or Substack, and supporting the show. There's no ads of any kind on any shows. You get pre-show stuff. You get the John show in the middle. You get host specials. I just put one up about what I believe to be the impossibility of truly being objective about game reviews. And I explain my stance in about 30 minutes on a host special I just posted to the stuff. So go check that out. Also, you get art in the mail from me. Check it out today, patreon.com/core show, or go to core.show on the Substack and support us today. Become a supporter and love us. More details at frogpants.com/core. We'll be back in a minute. Stay tuned. Hey, everybody, we're back. Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the John Show. If you didn't, become a patron and supporter of the show, because if you do, you get the John Show. If you're not here live and you're just too lazy to be here live, you can get it later. All right? So think about that next time you make a poor mistake. Just kidding. I don't know why I'm going after people. It's really dumb.
What are you doing with your life?
What are you doing?
Don't you have value for yourself as a human being?
Good Lord. All right, guys. Time to talk about games we played. I and John and I, that's the right way to say it, got more Resident Evil 9 in. We were able to make it happen Tuesday, and part 6 is up in full, also in part, if you want to watch just the mashup version of it. We had no time with Grace except for itty-bitty bits where she walked out with a guy who is clearly Wesker, but not Wesker.
Yeah,
Xeno, which is so dumb. So dumb. But yeah, we came, we saw, we went, we shot a bunch of stuff in some dark places like you do. And because it's, I would argue that this session was a little less, felt like I was going to croak, because just naturally his sections, Leon's sections, are just a little bit more action oriented. He's got a lot more firepower, and you know, John said it before, it's a different kind of game when he's playing versus when Grace is out there, or Ethan. And still great, having a great time, enjoying it, aiming at that tire a little too long. Don't know what that was about, but that's me playing. And if you want to watch the whole thing, it's up on YouTube, youtube.com/Scott Johnson. Go check it out today. Also, John and I played Forza Horizon 6. Can I ask you a question, John, before we give our thoughts?
Sure. Yeah.
Why, oh why, does the Forza series, from as long as it's existed, as far as I know, are they required by law to have the dumbest story possible? Or not the dumbest, the cringiest story? Because the actual story of this festival happening in Japan is awesome. The backdrop's amazing. I love that this is in Tokyo and in the surrounding rural areas.
Well, that's always the story. Like every time the story's like the Horizon Festival's here. Mm-hmm. Come be cars.
Yes. Now that if that's all they did, I'd go, sweet, let's go. My nephew lives near these weird snow walls, by the way. He's in Japan. Anyway, that'd be fine with me. Instead, what they do is they say, "Hey, May, what you doing?" "Oh, I'm just hanging at the garage. Come meet me and we'll go do some bullshit." The dialogue between these quote-unquote characters, this May character and this Australian guy that's running around with you, he's like your little manager guy, they drive, and this has always been true, it's not just 6, they drive me up the freaking wall, these people. And they're so cringy. It's like, "Oh, did you catch wind on the thing?" It's like, shut up, dude. Let me just go race. You know what? Turn everyone's voice to Japanese and turn all the subtitles off. Now you got a game. Because I don't want to hear anything these people have to say. They're so annoying.
I don't know if it bugs me as much as it bugs you. It's not good. Like, I'm not going to come out here and defend it. Like, because it absolutely is that. They're like, "Oh, you just got it." But it's like, it's so basic. It's like the Animus stuff in Assassin's Creed at this point. It's like, walk up, something, cars, something, more cars, something, Horizon Festival, something, let's go. Yeah. And like, it's easy to tune out. I do think, like, not that the songs on the radio have really gotten me too hyped yet. They haven't been bad, but like I haven't been like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to this over and over again. But man, they like talking on the radio. I have noticed. Like every time I'm in my car, they're like, we interrupt this music to talk to you about how I'm talking to my fucking cats. Like it's just that part does bug me because it's like, I'm like, what are we doing? So Chad is saying you can turn off the DJ and just have music. I might do that because it was one of these things. It's like, all right, I'm going to the race. I'm like dancing a little bit as I'm driving, feeling good. And then it's just this lady like, meow, 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 meow. Sorry, everybody. I'm talking to my cat. I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing?
Yeah, that stuff is just, it was in 5. It was in 4. Like it's not anything new. And maybe this is beloved part of it. I don't know. But boy, compared to the like actual racing and the intensity of these environments and the music in general, I really like a lot of really cool shit is being thrown at me, and I like this game a lot, and I've always liked this series, but just cut down on the people.
Well, I think if you can turn it off, I think that's fine. Because I do think, hey, this series keeps selling well. Don't change it. I think the only thing, and because I don't have a lot to say about the game because I haven't played it a lot. Once again, my son, related to my lack of game time, he came in and was like, Dad's playing a driving game. I got to come over here. And his definition of a driving game is Dad crash into that. Dad crash into that. Dad crash into that. We'll see if he still feels that way now that he's actually been in a car accident.
But, that's right. Yeah.
So we'll see if that maintains. But he's just like, drive into everything, Dad. Drive into it all. So it makes the game not super fun for me to just be driving into things. And every time I'm like, hey, buddy, let's race. And he's like, no.
Yeah.
Not interested. And so I don't get to play a ton of it. I kind of have to wait till he goes away and then I get to actually play it. But the little bit of time I've spent with it, I've really liked it. Looks good. It plays good. I mean, it kind of feels like every time I've played Forza Horizon, but
just refined, right?
It does. Yeah. It feels good. I think the one thing though that I was a little bit like, man, is the create a character. And I know it's not about create a character. You don't need to put the Black Desert Online create a character in here.
No.
But like as I was making the character, I was like, maybe I can give him a goatee or a beard or something. No. Yeah. And I was like, is it that bad? Is it like you're too old? You can't even have facial hair. All you can make is like these teenage kids.
Yeah.
It's like, this festival ain't for you, old man. It's for us kids.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But they apparently have millions of dollars worth of cars and access to repairs, and you can run over big parts of Tokyo shit and no one's charging you a dime. In fact, it encourages you by saying, well done, you smashed into a newspaper stand and earned a bunch of points that you can spend. And you're just like, wait a minute, this is someone's fever dream of being 19 and having no laws or no lack of money. Like that's what this feels like in some ways.
Yeah. And so it's all kids, and like it did make me feel old. The other thing that always happens when I play a Forza Horizon game is I just instantly miss Burnout, and like nothing is going to change that until the day I'm playing Burnout again. Every time I play any racing game ever, I'm going to just go, but what if it was Burnout instead? And that's just the reality that I'm going to be in, because I do not care what brand car you put in here, what crazy, I can't believe they put this one in here, that I assume people say because they talk about it like people say that.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. Call it the DeFlorian and put it put it in the game and let it crash real good. That's all I care about.
DeFlorian, that's great.
And that's really all I want to see is cool car crashes and the fun of it. So I miss Burnout, but I do like driving games as well, and I am having fun with it and enjoying it. So that's my take. I think you've probably spent more time with it than me at this point.
It's a technical the series always has been technically impressive, not just graphically, but just the cars feel really good. The engine noises match up with every car. If you're a car nerd at all, then all of that stuff's going to really, really, really matter. But if you're just there for just like, I want to have fun, I think it has that in spades. It is an open world. You can kind of go anywhere and do whatever you want anytime. That means that there's tons of different kinds of events, off-road, rally type stuff, snow events, like the surrounding, you go up and down the entirety of Japan really. And there's just everything for everybody everywhere. There's springtime areas and winter higher elevation areas and night and day and all this. And I think it just satisfies all of those wants and needs that I have for something like this. And then the idea that I can unlock and buy a ton of cars and get a big collection and then paint my cars. I'm going to do a core car. I'm very excited about this. Put the big old Space Invader on there. Big red one, dude. I'm so excited. So I'll be working on that. But, if you were like, if with 5 you had a good time, but you were like, I think I've had my fill of this sort of thing. This doesn't reinvent anything. It's kind of just more and then more refined, as we said before. I was having connectivity issues day one, which probably isn't a surprise. The servers got slammed pretty hard. There were 6 million people playing this game over the weekend or something. And because of that, and if you're trying to race real people or just exist in the world with real people, it was kicking me out of that a lot. So I just turned on solo mode, which then turns on all these other cars may still have like Garrett's name on it, but it's his drivatar. It's not really him, but it will race me in these ghost races and try to use his skill level when I race him, which has always been interesting with the Forza games when they introduced that. So I'm having fun with that. Was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, have you raced the big mecha robot yet? Have you done that?
No, I haven't done that yet. I think I just finished my qualifiers for like getting a wristband. Like I'm very early.
Wristband qualifier.
Oh yeah, you're very early then.
I haven't done much at all because after every race was followed by 10 minutes of drive into that. It's
this quest called Mech My Day. I found video here. I'll show you what this looks like. It's amazing. It's not really a spoiler, but the game's not afraid to have a little bit of fun because guess what doesn't exist in the real world? Giant Japanese mechas. But in this game they do. And look at this. And now this guy, you get to race this huge dude. And it wasn't easy. Like I kind of had a hard time.
How does it not beat you every time?
I was gonna say like it should be impossible. Like I don't care how fast your car is. Well, like if this thing moves anything, look at it's got rocket boots.
Yeah, it's got rocket legs, rocket arms. It's really hard and it's really fast. But look how cool this looks. You get up on it, it doesn't start running right away. Boom, crashes through shit.
He runs. Okay.
Yeah, he runs the race. He doesn't fly it. Does some floating like that, but it's always off jumps. Anyway, it's just, I'm glad that they're willing to kind of go this way. And look at him tearing trees apart as he rips through them and knocking the detritus everywhere.
Well, that's why you beat him. He's showboating. He's like tortoise in the hare business.
A little bit.
That just makes me want a mecha game, not a Forza game.
You wish this was just...
Yeah, put me in a squad of 4 mechas and let's terrorize the countryside fighting whatever they call the enemy, weird Japanese enemies.
I mean, I'm not against that idea. I think that's a pretty good idea. But look at him. He is showboating. This is part of the problem. But, we went in the water. Forgot about that. Anyway, it is a rad game for what it is. It really does a great job of meeting in the middle of fun and simulation. I think better than anybody. And you can tweak this thing to your heart's content. Like if you just want all the driving assists in the world to make this feel like an easy arcade game your mother could play, it will let you do that. If you want to play it with all the extreme difficulties of actual car racing and all the physics, you can do that. Like I really like that it lets you choose and pick, and what it gives you to start with is good. It's like a great middle ground. But just giving you those options, I think, is really cool, and I'm having a ball. So big ups for Forza 6, Horizon 6, with one exception, and that is the stupid dialogue in the story. But again, they always do it, so I shouldn't be surprised. So there you go. Anything else, John, you wanted to mention? I guess you're still in the qualifiers.
No, yeah, I barely scratched the surface.
It's
like
red.
even my starter vehicle was the big truck, which I didn't want, but it was chosen for me. So
because your son picked it. He wanted it. Yeah. It's like an old Ford Bronco, I think. Yeah. It's like 70s, 80s Bronco. And there's so many cars in the game. I can see myself playing this for a long time, so I'm excited about it. Oh, and it runs on Steam Deck.
Yeah, that's what it is, chat. GMC Jimmy. That's what it was. Because every time I look at it, I keep thinking this is Jimmy.
Yeah, it's a Jimmy.
That's how I can remember it.
It runs so good on Steam Deck that I'm a little shocked it's possible. I don't know.
That's why you've put so much time into this.
It's definitely extra time got put in. It's huge. It's 125 gigabytes.
Yeah.
So getting it onto my thing, I had to dump some stuff, but it runs so good there. It shouldn't run as good as it does. I don't know how I'm getting 60 frames. It looks great. I don't know. I mean, there's some magic going on the handheld, but it's very cool. I like it a lot. All right, let's move over to some stuff I played. I'm going to talk about a game called Rune Dice. You guys know I like stuff with dice, right? We've talked about this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I played the demo of this, I think.
Oh, you did? Did you?
Someone did. Did I or you did?
Maybe it was you, or maybe it was me.
Oh, I played this. Yeah, I played it.
Yeah. All right. So what this is it's a lot what it sounds like. There's runes and there's dice. But what's interesting is, like, you know how everybody wants to do the next Balaltro, where it's like, take a thing you're kind of familiar with, and now let's make it crazy with points and combos and possibilities. And this is some of that, but it's more strategic and also weirdly more RNG than that, but in a way that I like. I usually don't just like pure luck. There's a physicality to it. So there's physics to these boards. I'll try to describe how this looks to people who aren't watching the video, but it's physics-based combat. So instead of playing cards, you launch your dice, and you start with a single 1-point die. They're 6-sided dice, and you slide that into a bunch of other scattered dice that are randomly out there, and those dice,
like pool, like billiards, like
a little bit.
Maybe if you flicked it with your a dice with your finger instead of using a pool cue.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way of putting it. And then what happens is, if you hit them right and you do some nice combos, 2s will bounce to other 2s as best they can. There's some gravity there that's not real, but it doesn't always.
It's magic gravity. Like, as soon as you make a combo, it like will home in.
Yeah,
if it can. There's a chance it won't reach, but like. And
there's an update. You can do an updated version of a rune that will make stuff have even more of that gravity pull. So there's ways to improve that. But basically, the physics of those dice, they bounce around and they create these combinations of dice. And every time a dice doubles in size, so if a 2 lands on another 2, it becomes a 3. If it lands on another 3, it becomes a 4, and so on. And those different dice might have other abilities like flame damage, electrical damage, other bonuses, and sometimes negatives that the character or the creatures put out there for you to deal with. But you try to get as much combination as you can, because every time it does that, it gives you double that for an attack point. So, for example, if 2 2s got combined into a 3, when I'm ready to deal damage, I will have 2 2s worth of damage. And if that 3 hits another 3, I'll have 2 3s worth of damage, plus any of these bonus abilities that these dice have, like fire, ice, whatever, arcane. And that's how you do the fight. So you launch these dice, you match the numbers, they get higher values. You can get up to 6 or 7. Sometimes they become explosive at that point. And then you have 8 hero classes. You start with 2, a wizard and a guy John would like, a, what do you call him? Rogue.
Rogue?
A rogue man. He's got poisons and all kinds of shit like that. In fact, this cartoon is kind of about him, because he's kind of your starter. You usually start with a tank in these games. That's the stereotype, right? But this one starts with a rogue guy. Yeah,
they knew what they were doing.
Yep. And you have 8 of those eventually you can unlock. It's got roguelite progression, so procedural map generation, branching paths, shops, challenging bosses, all that stuff, the things you would think of. And then amazing this Steam Deck support. Oh my gosh. It doesn't even say it's supported, or not supported. It says mostly works or something. It has something to do with when you start your or create a name or something, and it's not exactly to the whatever the rules are for that, but it plays 100% fine. And man,
how much do they charge for it?
This game is, let me scroll down, $12.74. I got it on sale because it was part of this bundle with this other game down here, and it was only 11 something with mine, although it's not showing it on the web, but mine was like $11.99 or something. But you're going to pay about $12 or $13. The launch price is 15% off. Reviews are currently at 83. Last I checked, it was in the 90s. But Some people don't like the randomness of it. I really like that part. And the fighting just happens up here. You line up your dice over here to create the damage bundles. And then these are the creatures coming at you. It's turn-based. So after your turn, they each, the bad guys all get a turn. The boss fights are challenging. These runes down here, you can collect more of those as you go along. In some ways, they kind of got out of their way when it comes to complexity and just left it up to how smart are you going to be with your aim? It's just right up my cheese. I love this game. Super into it.
Game. It's fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I had a better time than I expected I would with it. That's good.
I like it a lot. So that's Rune Dice, available on Steam, and I think that's all for now, although there was some talk of console, but I didn't see. Oh, yeah, it looks like Steam or Switch 2 is getting it as well. And then I played a game that was given to me by, I want to give credit here, Kurahi 11B.
All right, Kurahi
11B, which sounds like there are other Kurahis of various kinds. Anyway, they sent out of nowhere a thing I'd never heard of or seen before, and it's called Librarian, Tidy Up the Arcane Library.
It's a porn game.
Yeah, kind of.
It sounds that way, but it isn't.
It's not. It's a chorecore game that is a little bit unlike anything I've played before. So, as you can see, if you're watching video, and I'll try to describe this, it's a big, giant, sort of beautiful arcane library you might see in a fantasy book or a fantasy movie. And all over the floor, just disheveled like crazy. The story is some fairy came through here with a chip on its shoulder and just knocked all the books everywhere, just complete mess, like a tornado came through here. So every single book you see on the ground is pick-upable, readable. When you hover over it, it'll tell you the title. They're just all over the place. Some shelves have them laying around like that. You don't want them to look like that, though. You want them to be clean. So all of that's going to have to be removed. But the goal is eventually,
oh my God,
you're trapped in this place. You have to get all the books in the right order, on the right shelves, in the right section to escape this library and for the wizard to let you out again. It's your job to do that. And
what did you do to deserve that? That sucks.
I know, dude.
You're like the wizard apprentice, I guess, and he's like making you do your chores.
Basically, that's it. Yeah, and you can
putting an arcane lock on this door until you've done your chores.
And there are spells.
Tell that asshole fairy not to like knock off all the books.
I know he's kind of a dick, but it's all weirdly physics based. You can hold up to 10 books in a stack, and when you toss them, they tumble all over the place. And
do you have to put the books in the right shelf, or are you allowed to organize it?
No, you have to. They have to go on the right, not necessarily shelf like height of the shelf, but in the right section shelves. So each of those chunks
crime mysteries go into the crime mystery section.
Correct. And they all have a number above them. He's looking at the force floor map right now, and that's the key to tell you what goes where. And you just kind of have to start intuiting things. Like you're looking on the floor and you're like, well, this says archery, and then this one says bows, the life of the bow, or like all these weird names.
An encyclopedia of magical dildos. Right?
Exactly. And you put that on the dildo shelf because there's a bunch of books about dildos, and there's like volumes, like 10
magical dildos.
Yeah, exactly. There's like 10 volumes of a certain book. So they have to be in the right order as well.
So this is 52 pickup, but for books.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like 1,000, like thousands of pickup. Now you may look at that and just go, boy, this looks tedious. I don't know if I want to do this. Well, here's the wrinkle. The game also has abilities you can learn that let you do a bunch of stuff. So for example, there's these upgrades, like a magical ability to automatically highlight the section in the building where you need to be for this book that's in the top of your hand. And so now you're like, oh, good. Now I know exactly where the magical stories of monsters goes, and I can make sure all the books that go there go there. There's other stuff like one of the shelf. It has a long cooldown, but you can have one auto-populate a shelf and just go do kind of Harry Potter style. So you unlock those over time. You also get a jump ability, which I don't have yet, that'll let me not have to run all the way up the stairs every time to go upstairs. It'll just let me leap up there.
I mean, you say abilities, but I assume as like maybe some magical librarian, they're like spells you learn.
Yeah, they're like spells. They're magical abilities. Yeah, except the jump. The jump is just kind of physical, but the game is also interested. Like these books, they're about everything from sword play and the average fighter, and then there'll be a book like Arcane Secrets in the Darkest of Voids, and like crazy mix of stuff that covers just like every RPG range you can think of. These are for tanks and melee people. These are for ranged physical combat. These are for magical combat. Those are for healers. There's a whole romance section. So you got to figure out which of these books is just a bunch of romance bullshit.
I mean, this could be a mini game in Kaer Morhen and Witcher 3 because you have all those readings you have to do to learn about all the monsters.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Samir's always trying to make me read this book.
And that you see that that chest. There's a couple of chests I haven't figured out how to open yet, but there's some secret in that. There's a arcane lock on a wall that's like a portal wall.
You got to read the book on how to break arcane locks.
Probably
learn the skill.
Yeah, there's something like that.
The book. I was wondering this dumb question, maybe. But they say there are no dumb questions in the world of Magic Librarians.
Yeah, only dumb answers in the world.
Every time I've looked at the logo for this, I see the A and R are like in the book, and I kept thinking that this was like an ARG. Is there any augmented reality game involved?
Oh, maybe. If there is, I haven't unlocked it.
Have any of these books pointed you to a web page?
No, not yet. But I'll bet, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if something like that crops up. It just feels
Although
like
I guess the developer is Art Rising, and they also have the A and the R capitalized weirdly. What's
I don't know. I mean, this is only a $6 game.
Oh, I see.
This is only a $6 game. It's like not expensive. I don't think there's.
Is John thinking too hard?
Going down a rabbit hole right now.
He may not.
The game they made.
I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be hard for them to do some of this. It's not like it would be expensive.
Developer's website.
Oh, here's your abilities page where you start to unlock your level 1 spells to do stuff. But anyway, and there's like there's some corny like letter from the wizard who's saying you're not getting out of here until you're done, so get to it, butthole, that kind of thing. But look at that beautiful shelf all stacked and ready. Oh. I mean, it's a chorecore dream a little bit.
I mean, this is peak chorecore for sure.
Yeah.
Would you like to pick up books and organize a bookshelf?
Yeah.
And
I kind of do.
No.
Like in terms of chorecore, I think this one's one of the more interesting ones I've heard Scott bring to the table. I think this looks kind of cool.
It's pretty neat. Now, there are 2 modes. They call it relaxed and less relaxed or something. I forgot the other word, but the relaxed version, as far as I can tell, the only difference is that there's never a day-night cycle, and in the other mode, it gets dark at night and it's a slow rotation. So what ends up happening is you're relying on magical light. It's not, sunlight through the windows, but interior, you might get a little blind to what's laying around. So you want to plan for what you're going to do at night versus what you do in the day. I saw that and just went, I'll just keep the lights on. That's the only difference. I'm not going to worry about it. But it's I haven't even made that much progress, but I had a hard time putting this down. I started this last night and I was like, okay, I'll give it 5 minutes, 10 minutes so I can talk about it. And it was like one more book. It was a weird feeling. So I'm going to go ahead and give it. Oh, there's a key. Where'd he get the key? Oh shit.
Stop spoiling yourself. You got to figure this out yourself. Stop watching the trailer.
They didn't show where I got it, but I want to get it.
It's like you asking me about all the motorcycle parts in Resident Evil. Stop spoiling yourself.
Yeah.
Were you able to finish a level?
No, not yet. It's massive. I don't know if there is a level. Like this might be the level.
It could be the whole game.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how many books are involved.
There are many. It feels like thousands. Is probably hundreds. Some of them. You learn as you go, but you're like, that green book looks just like this green book I'm holding. Oh, I see. The 10-volume set of arrows and bows, a deep look at archery or whatever the hell the series is called. There are 10 volumes. So you just got to find 10 of those. And sometimes that's like run around. I see it. But then sometimes they look a lot like other books. You got to figure your shit out.
There's the only problem I have with this game, because it does look interesting to me too. I'm not going to lie, is they said it was a pixie that did it, but I kind of want it to be the wizard who's like in another room. Like after you finish putting all the books away, he sneezes during a spell, and it shakes the whole tower, and all the books come flying off. I kind of want
that pixie back in. Get in there,
and then all the like books go just magically fly, and you're like, gosh dang, I gotta pick it up again.
I would not be surprised if they didn't pull something like that because it's pretty cheeky.
Like I kind of want that to be a thing, and I hate going into a game with a preconceived notion that I want a specific thing in a game that only I thought of necessarily. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, the reviews are like
wizard sneezing is like a thing, right? Like it's bad to sneeze during spellcasting.
The reviews are pretty universally strong. It's at 95%. The only negative I could find in here really was this one about how he wishes there was an FOV slider because he gets motion sick while he shoots books around.
Okay, maybe that's a good reason. But just by default, I'm like FOV slider in a library simulator game. Really,
it's an odd thing, and there's a vibe, and the music. Like here, and listen to this music. If I can get some, play it here. Oh, they turned it off. He's just throwing his books around. That makes sounds and everything, but he turned off his music. Whoever's playing this,
he turned off his music, and he has like live air record, like white noise.
Yeah, something's wrong with him. Whoever did that capture didn't do it right. But yeah, there's this really sweeping fantasy music, and I don't know. I think they've done a really interesting thing here for $6. I mean, come on.
Yeah, look, it looks sweet. It's a great idea.
Yeah,
honestly, I feel inspired just by the idea alone. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. So big thanks again goes out to Kurahi 11B. I believe.
What if this spawns a whole series of picking things up and putting them away genre? Like people are talking about their geek collection, and they're like, "What if you got all those Final Fantasy Magic cards you have, John? What if
gamify what I did?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe there's a way
all off the table and just like, oh no, they're all out of order.
I spent so much time doing that, man. I was in a zone. I started getting all those cards in the binders in the morning, and I was still working on it at night. That was a chore core. So
why do you think I got rid of all my cards? After like 5 years of playing and buying a lot, you accumulate so much that I think I spent a weekend.
You end up selling them? Is that what you did?
Yeah. I was like, it started to feel like a noose around my neck more than it was fun to have. Like John stopped at one set very long. Yeah. But like, when you've been collecting them and you have like 500 pounds of cardboard and you're like, my activity for 3 days is going to be sorting. I'm like, I don't think I need this hobby anymore. I think I want out, I think I'm done.
Well, if I got a game for you then, if you didn't like sorting, because oh boy, do you have to sort in this thing.
I think this could evolve. I hope that does good because like, I don't know, maybe I'm like Bo and it's just like inspired something, but I'm like, it also kind of reawakened that love of Myst because like my favorite thing in Myst was like you would go to the library and you would read about the age you were going to, or at least that was what you were supposed to do. And you were supposed to kind of learn the rules of the world you were going to and then go there and apply the knowledge you had to solve the puzzles. And so I kind of like the idea of like, and I don't know if it's the way it is in the game, but like you're in this place of knowledge, using the knowledge that's there to solve puzzles within that place to, unlock new things. I think that's a cool idea. Mm-hmm. And so to me, if I was doing like a sequel or something, I would have it to where like you had to venture to like, through like Doctor Strange magic portals to like different places to get books that got lost other places. But you have to figure out how to do that stuff from books that you already picked up. Like that's a neat idea. Yeah. And it can go some wild places. So I hope a lot of people check it out because I think they could expand this into something.
I agree. It's really neat. So check it out. Oh my
God.
Yes.
Jeepers creepers.
What?
Dr. Tolber's being crazy.
Why?
I don't know. Check your Steam gifts.
No, I saw it. He gave me the freaking Batman thing.
Yeah, same here. I've got Batman now. Okay. Thank you.
He's so nice.
Dr. Tolber. Yeah, it's very, very generous considering it's a pretty pricey game. So.
Yeah, it's not the cheapest game in the world. That was really nice of him.
Well, it was very nice of John. I don't know if you got anything. There might only be two.
I already had.
He already owned it.
Batman.
Yeah.
Already.
That's the downside of buying a thing.
Yeah, it's the downside to having a 5-year-old pressuring you into something that he then doesn't want to engage with.
Yeah.
Well, it's also the downside too, a little bit. You're like, because now there's a little psychological game where if I beg enough on the show, maybe somebody will.
We have to with great
and
power.
Like, I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, great responsibility. We have to,
That's why I bought Stellar Blade for myself, for example.
That's right.
You just don't spend money you don't have. Although I totally did because I got. This is sort of relative to what we're playing, but I have a Steam controller on the way.
How quick was that? That was fast. I thought the reservation thing was going to take a while.
Yeah, but I was Johnny on the spot with reservations, man.
Nice.
I hit that reserve very quickly, and they got back to me and said, "Do you want to give us money?" And I said, maybe.
Maybe I do.
And I thought about it for a couple hours, and then I decided, yeah, I did.
I have been very happy with mine. I'm excited to hear what you think.
Yeah, so it should be here next week.
Nice.
We can probably talk about that on the next
Absolutely.
show.
I've been using it for everything. It's really been my favorite new thing. All right, let's get over to that was, so if anyone missed the name, Librarian, Tidy Up the Arcane Library. It's kind of a long name.
I was expecting it to be the Librarian thing, so I think I'm gonna get it.
There's a certain itch.
Bo's stepping into chorecore.
Yeah, it's finally happening.
Has Bo ever played a chorecore before?
I don't know.
I think
on the floor?
Maybe not.
Anymore?
I don't know.
I mean, if this was just library at the city, I wouldn't recommend this.
I like that it's magic books.
Exactly.
Like, there's a certain I like that, there's this whole just an everyday wizard doing chores.
That's why Lord of the Rings game by the people that made Kingdom Come is an interesting
I'm inspired by the theme idea. It's not like, because I'm like, because one of the things, like when you're doing magic cards, right, you're sorting.
Yeah. It's
like maybe you stop and you're like, oh, look at the artwork. Like one of the benefits of doing it is like going through and looking at cool shit. And you're like, oh, maybe I'll build a deck around, So like there's what's appealing to me about the Choker game is like, oh, what do they put in those books? Is there funny stuff in there? Like, will I want to flip through it? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, for $6, again, it's not going to hurt.
Just inspired by the idea a little bit. And the reason I gave my magic cards away was not because I hated sorting. It's because I liked it too much. When you're like, oh, I need to stop drinking because I enjoy it, but it's ruining my life. It's the same sort of thing where it's just like,
you're a
maybe there's
cardaholic.
better ways. I'm spending too much time doing this and I feel like it has low value for my time on Earth. So I'm going to say goodbye to it.
I get you. That's a brave thing to do, I think.
Yeah,
because it's something you love.
Tough decisions when you're a hobby. I mean, I think we're at a point. We've been doing this 10 years. We've talked about it plenty. These companies do kind of run ramshod. Confuse enthusiasm for their product and commerce with just exploiting human nature, and a tendency to get joy from purchasing, right? Which is a form of shopping is an addiction. And we are as hobbyists, we are prone to it. We're just like, that looks cool. I want to buy that to feel good.
Yeah.
And you get that impulse exploited. So sometimes you're like, I'm just not buying it because even though I really want to, and it would feel pleasurable, it's not good use of my money. So
this is how I knew that Jerry did the gifting. As I was going into Steam to go, all right, I'm just going to do it. Let's just get Batman. And I went to do it, and it says someone's already giving you this as a gift. And I went, what? I went and looked. I'm like, oh shit. So yeah. Oh, I guess the lesson is always check your gifts. I don't know what the lesson is. There's no lesson. John, tell us about Mixtape. We got to finally get to Mixtape. What's going on?
Oh, Mixtape. What has happened?
Well, turns out sometimes when you come on the show and you say, I don't think this game's for me, I have no interest in paying for this game, and I declared it as this would be like, Scott, there's no way I'm paying to find out.
Yeah.
Well, Tanner thought it would be funny, and he admitted that it was mostly from a place of thought it would be funny to buy Mixtape for me. And I took that as a challenge, and I thought, I'm going to play Mixtape. And I did.
The current indie darling Mixtape, which is apparently barely a game, mostly a movie or a show, kind of, right?
Yeah. I mean, hey, do we want to start? Let's start there because there's a lot to talk about around this video game. So let's talk about some of the dialogue that's occurred around this game. And I think what you just said is a good one. This is barely a video game, and that is true. There is not a lot. There's a lot of times you can interact with the game. There is not a lot of time where it is necessary, or you may even be aware that you can interact with it. And there's not a lot of game to it. There's not a lot of like, oh, well, you failed here, or you did this here. So it is a lot of stuff like, hey, here's a scene where they're in the car, and if you press a button, they'll, bob their head to the music or whatever. But
more or less than Dispatch, just as a general.
There's less game here than Dispatch.
Okay.
In terms of game.
All right.
So I think that if that's something that's going to bother you, then obviously Mixtape is not for you. if you played games like Dispatch and were like, oh, this is barely a video game. Well, this is even less of a video game. So if that is something that you really hang your hat on, you are not going to enjoy this game. Now, there are a couple times where it flirts with the idea of being a video game to a very... It's not that important. Like there's a spot where you're skipping stones and you can hit things in the water with the rocks you're skipping. And I actually stuck with that for a while. I was having fun. I was like, oh, a game. I was like seeing if I could hit certain things and seeing what happens when I hit things. There's a spot where you're playing baseball and it kind of plays like an old baseball game, but it's just batting. You don't play like a full game or anything like that. They're not keeping track of a score. How well you do or don't do doesn't seem to have any impact on the plot. So the plot's going to happen no matter what. So is it a criticism? It depends on if that's a criticism for you. I've played plenty of games that feel more like interactive movies than video games, and I've liked a lot of those. And it hasn't necessarily, to me, that's not a deal breaker. The other thing that has been a very popular talking point with this is, oh my God, IGN gave it a perfect score. How
dare they?
How could they?
It's what inspired
for the record,
my host special. Yeah.
They are not the only ones that gave it a perfect score, but I understand IGN being, first of all, very big, and second of all, they do have a big scale. You know, when somebody gives something a 5 out of 5, I don't think that makes as much of a stink as when somebody gives something a 10 out of 10. Yeah. Especially because while they don't do it anymore, there was a period of time where IGN would do point on top of that.
I remember that, yeah.
And so, I think when you can get into that level of granularity, a 10 does start to mean something, whether it's intended or not, to the people who broadly consume it. And so I think that discussion, I'll say flat out, just my opinion, just so you can say, well, this is how John feels about it. I think this game is overhyped. I do not think this game is, I wouldn't put it in my top 10 narrative-based game experiences, for me. But a lot of these experiences are tailored for the people that are gonna take to them. For example, IGN, just to use them again, gave Dispatch a 9.
Yeah.
I think Dispatch is 1,000 times better than Mixtape.
Oh, wow.
I think it's better in terms of story. I think it's better in terms of character development. I think it's better in terms of look. I think it's better in terms of sound. I think it's better in terms of performance. And yes, at the very back end, I think it's a better game on top of it when it is deciding to be a game. So if you're going to compare, I don't like the idea of let's compare Mixtape to Legend of Zelda. I do think that when people do that, it's a little unfair. Because I do think it's safe to say we're operating within this genre. We consider this to be as perfect a version of this game as it can get. And I doesn't necessarily need to be compared to a first-person shooter or, an RPG or a sports game or something like that. I do think that's a little unfair. But I do think that you could probably compare this game to a game like Dispatch, which is a similar game. And to me, at least, this isn't even remotely close.
What are the Square games where it's similar vibe of story and teenagers trying to figure shit out, and it was a series?
Life is Strange.
Yeah. Would you
I only
say...
ever played the first Life is Strange. I think Life is Strange is better than this as well.
Wow. All right.
But I liked the game part of Life is Strange as well. But let's get into what this game is, because I do think talking about what it is helps people understand a little bit where they should fall. You are going to hear very loud voices talk about this game with a lot of praise in terms of being video game critics and all that. And you're going to have a lot of people yelling at it, saying, it's all fake. And like usual, the truth is somewhere a little bit in the middle. I think this game is kind of okay. It's fine is where it landed for me. I didn't love it. it didn't really connect with me in any meaningful way. I don't think the story is necessarily super strong. It is the story of three friends and their last night together as they kind of graduate from high school and life is about to change.
These are 90s kids, right?
Yes.
More or less. I mean,
yeah.
Are they going to a university or something like that?
Various differences. So the big thing is the main character is moving away from the town. And they had plans on what they were going to do after school, and the main character has a goal in life, has a dream, and wants to pursue it, and is taking them out of the plans, which has created an interesting relationship dynamic with her friends. It takes place over the course of one night, and there are occasional flashbacks. So while I would say something like narratively, I don't think there's a lot of character evolution, I think to be fair to the game, it's one night. How much is somebody going to evolve in a couple hours? Things can happen, but how much character evolution are you really going to see over the course of...
If it's very close to a movie, my baseline for comparison would be something like Dazed and Confused, which is like a similar...
Love that movie.
Last day of high school kind of thing. And
I'm glad you brought that up because
Chad's
love
bringing
it.
up Ferris Bueller is a similar vibe.
Okay.
This definitely goes... It's weird because in some ways I want to say like, no, this is a little more grounded. This is a little more like asking you to... It's more insular. It's not thinking... But at the same time, they also display these things as people flying through the air and blowing up cars by flipping them off. And like they're... but obviously that's not really happening. They're not like, oh, they just murdered the whole town.
It's that heightened teenage fantasy... I don't know what to call that. I feel like I had that when I was a teenager. I felt like
it's that visualization. And we've talked about this with anime because I know, Scott, you don't like this, like when blood shoots out of a character's nose because they saw something, pervy in anime. But what that is, it's not supposed to mean that a character actually just sprayed blood from their nose. It's supposed to be, this is what that makes you feel. The blood rushes to your head. Here's a visual representation of a feeling.
Right.
Is how that, when somebody suddenly falls over out of their chair because somebody said something stupid or crazy, they didn't actually fall out of their chair. It's just that's how you sometimes feel when someone says something stupid or nuts. This is the same thing. They aren't literally blowing up cars, but they're mad. So the idea is like they're blowing stuff up just by being rebels and giving people the bird.
They're 90s skater kids, man.
Yeah.
See, that's what I guess that's where I haven't played it, but that's where it breaks down for me because I'm like, I don't know, like we didn't imagine that shit. We actually, it's that kind of sanitized, like, oh, they're just imagining doing horrid things, like not like teenagers actually kind of do unwise things. That's kind of
they do, and there are actual unwise things that they do.
Okay,
and there are consequences for that. Like there is drugs and alcohol and fireworks and stuff actually does catch on fire and stuff like that. So there are genuine ramifications to things as well as like the imagined stuff. But it's weird for me to say it's grounded and then you look at a scene where they're just floating through the air for some reason. And it's like, well, how grounded is that? But it's just because that's kind of how they're depicting it.
Yeah.
I will say that I think part of the reason this game didn't land for me, it's just not going to be my thing. And it's not going to be my thing for a couple reasons. One, I think I'm a little too young for this. I was born in the 80s. I don't remember much of the 80s. I was a kid for the 90s, whereas these are, high school students in the 90s. So I was a little younger than what they would be presenting as. So I don't quite have the same... I wasn't in the same place for that era. And maybe that's the case. I also... I'm in a household that has two teenagers now. So when I played through this game, I was a lot more interested in the parents than I was the kids. I was like, tell me about their story. Because the kid drama, it's like, I live that every day. Yeah. And I see it. And I hope for less and less of it every single day. So there's that. I also grew up, my dad was a drummer. and music was very important to him. And so in my household, music was on all the time. From the moment my dad woke up, music was playing in our house. And he would have it on multiple stereos throughout the house, in the garage, out in the backyard while he was working. Music was always going. And when they left to go get groceries or something like that, I would walk through the house and turn everything off. And it's not that I hate music or dislike music or anything like that. I certainly have my connection too. But that was sort of, I guess that was sort of my little rebellion to like, oh, it's just always noisy. There's always music around. And like, I want to enjoy some silence every now and then. This is a very music themed adventure. Like, it's literally designed around a playlist and all of that. So these are music kids. I wasn't a music kid. These are not the kinds of people I necessarily hung out with. And probably most important above all these things, which are all contributing factors to why it didn't land for me, my graduation, if you could call it that, was a little weird. My mom got a job in a different city during my senior year of high school. I did not want to move in the middle of high school, but this was it's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah. What else are you going to do? Yeah.
So the idea was I would stay for my senior year, and the hope was, well, we don't know how long it's going to take to sell the house. We'll be here for as long as the house sold immediately because it sold to our next door neighbor.
Jeez.
And so my dad was going.
Yeah.
I tried to live with my grandparents to try to finish high school. That did not go well. We had not lived together, and we did not cohabitate well. And I ended up moving to a completely different city halfway through my senior year.
Wow. That's intense, man.
I went to a brand new school. I knew nobody. And on the first day of school, I found out that even though I was in the same state, just moving different city, the requirements for graduation between the city I was in and the city I was now in were completely different, and I was no longer on track to graduate.
Boo.
Like, taking nothing but mandatory courses for graduation, I wouldn't graduate in half a year. So I went through that year, didn't really know anybody, made very few friends because everybody was already established, and then got done and went, well, I don't want to do that again, and went and got my GED instead. So graduation for me was not an interesting time or place. Like, the idea of when is the last time you're going to see your friends, well, it was kind of unexpected and sudden because it happened in the middle of senior year and nobody else was saying goodbye. So it's not going to hit with me because I didn't have that experience.
Yeah, but like, you've watched other coming of age from other eras and probably enjoyed them, right? Like, even though it wasn't your...
Sure. Yeah.
Well, even though it wasn't your... Like, it doesn't have to be... I think maybe you scrutinize it a little harder when you think it's supposed to relate to you, but like, you could watch one from the 50s and still be a good movie. Like,
well, this is... And in a way, like, there are things that are good here. Like, there are things that stuck with me. Like, even when I got on Discord afterwards and I was like, well, here's just a couple thoughts on it. I was like, I might be a Jenny fucking Goodspeed when it comes to my approach to life. That's a quote from the game. There's a character that every time they mention her, they say it's Jenny fucking Goodspeed. That stuck with me. It stuck with me past the game. There are things in there that are interesting and fun and kind of good, but I'm giving the reasons it didn't connect to me. I don't think the game is so bad that there's a bunch of people out there lying to you.
Right.
But I do think the game's a little overhyped, and I will say it certainly didn't connect to me the way that it has seemingly connected to a bunch of other people.
Gotcha.
And the thing is when I hear someone say, well, IGN gave it a 10 out of 10, I genuinely do not know how someone arrives at that score, because, and I'll put it on me first, I didn't have that experience, and I can't fully understand how someone with that experience would look at this game and go, it's perfect, but I also never had that experience, right? So I don't know what I don't know. It seems crazy to me, but I also never went through this part in my life, so it's not going to connect to me on that level, which seems to be the point of the game.
Yeah.
Nostalgia bit. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like poo to me. So
does it? I think it looks pretty neat. I like the look of it.
The gameplay commentary is like you can watch playthroughs. It's 3 hours. You don't even need to buy
it's short.
This.
Yeah.
If you went and watched somebody play it, you've experienced the game. There is nothing in here to play.
I've already skimmed it, and like sometimes you watch these things, you're like, "Oh, this looks actually cool. Maybe I'll play it." I'm like, "Yeah, it's like I'm waiting for something to appeal to me."
I think there's some artistry going on here that I do connect with. I really like the look of it. I know not everybody's going to like the lower frame rate characters on a smooth background. That whole, Spider-Verse thing is not going to be for everybody. We've talked about that before. I didn't like that,
but that's established. Regardless, I don't tend to like that.
That's John Lore at this point, right?
That's John Lore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like. I think I'm gonna make our Australian listeners kind of mad. They might get peeved about this, but I know from the marketing, they advertised that Silverchair was in it.
They are.
And Silverchair is a big Australian band, but I've always hated them because I was a big Nirvana fan, and it just looked like, as grunge became very popular, they were just like, someone was like, "Oh, those guys look like Nirvana. Let's like," so they were always like fake Nirvana to me, and I always didn't like them. It's very immature, but I was like 14 or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like in the exact age range for this game, and I hate it.
Yeah,
I'm just negative interest. This looks lame and crappy to me.
Well, I'm gonna bet I'm gonna meet somewhere in the middle, and I'm gonna say I think artistically and technically this looks fine, and also I would actually argue that if you're into the aesthetic, I think it looks great. If the story isn't overwhelmingly connecting with people, and how could it across multiple generations? I don't know, but. I don't know. This doesn't look that bad to me.
You know what the coming of age movie is for, at least because as it corresponds directly to me, it's that kids movie. You ever seen that?
Oh, the one called Kids? Oh, man, you were really? Because, Kids is rough, man.
I think that was that cynicism and roughness, and I saw a lot of rough shit, knew a lot of rough people. It was the idyllic, like, this was the 60s, or this was the 50s, this was the 70s. The 90s was like, everyone's like doing drugs, drinking too much, being assholes. Like it.
Well, okay.
That's why this like veneer of like, oh, we made a playlist and we're going skateboarding. I'm like, no, Kids is like way closer to the experience for me of that generation than it.
Yeah, but that'd be an MA17 freaking game, man.
Yeah, it'd also be good. It'd be accurate and feel like it's speaking my language, and not.
For me, Dazed and Confused, some kind of combination of Dazed and Confused and Breakfast Club are the two that speak to my generation the most. And it's funny because Dazed and Confused is not in my generation. That was those are boomers, but there's something about that movie capturing the spirit of what it means to leave high school and move to the next level. Certainly Breakfast Club was right on. That was targeted like right on my forehead, because I was 15 when that movie came out, and it was exactly where I was in my life, and it felt real to me. And so those have special meaning to me. Usually those two examples we've given carry through to other generations. My kids feel similar ways about Breakfast Club, even though it's way out of their generation. It sounds like this isn't doing that. This isn't bridging that gap.
I think the thing that's interesting is my teenage daughter is like, I want to play that game so bad. It looks so amazing. I do think it's doing something to speak to some level that demographic, which also makes me think that for some people it's going to help recapture that. But I'm not particularly nostalgic for that era. And like I said, as somebody who's watching two teenagers go through it right now, I'm like, I could use a little bit less of this in my life, not more. So it's one of those things where it's like, I think it's doing something right, and that's kind of why, if it sounds like I've been trying to give this game a little benefit of the doubt through the whole thing, I think I am, because I do look at something like her reaction to seeing gameplay of and seeing that I'm playing it, and I do look at, people talking about it that it did connect with. And I go, I didn't think there's something to this, but I can't give an experience I didn't have. And I thought there were times it visually looked interesting. There were times I thought the vocal performances were actually really good. There were some fun moments. There's one part where you have to go rent a video from a video store while high, and the guy is like apparently way too high, and he's like trying to figure this out. And so you're trying to go through a video store and pick movies while the screen's all weird and he's bumping into stuff and knocking things off. I thought that part was kind of funny. So there are moments, but the net experience for me was just kind of like, okay, I'm not sad that I played. I didn't waste 3 hours in my life, but I'm not going to go out and tell everybody to play it. I'm going to say, if you have Game Pass, maybe check it out. If you don't have Game Pass, maybe watch a little bit of a playthrough and see what you think. And if it compels you, go buy it. And if not, either finish the playthrough or don't.
Yeah. I'm probably going to watch a playthrough. I'm not going to play the game, but I want to see it. I just want to see it through, After all the talk around it, kind of need to see.
Do you have Game Pass anymore, Scott?
You know what? I have whatever the Nitro. I don't know if that includes new releases, though. But I have that new Nitro connected thing because I pay for Discord Nitro, and then that's supposed to give you basic Game Pass on PC, but I don't know. I don't know what that includes yet because I haven't fired it up.
I would say, if you can play it again for free, go ahead and do it. See if it's your thing. You're not playing much. Although I do find it funny, for as much as people were like, there's no fail state. And it's kind of true. There isn't. There were times where I just hit a button at a wrong point and got super stuck and was like, well, for all this talk of if there were fail states, it would ruin this experience. Me repeatedly pressing jump while stuck on a wall certainly didn't keep the immersion going.
Feels like a bit of a fail state.
Minus the game over screen. Instead, I'm just hitting here trying to somehow make it work. Also, there was a scene that had interactivity that I kind of knew it had interactivity, but I was just like not feeling it at the moment. I was like, this doesn't need me to pretend that I'm playing a game. So I just let it play, and I got an achievement.
For just letting it ride?
But the achievement wasn't let it ride. The achievement was you needed to bump into 3 pig balloons while floating around. But I did it just by letting the game play itself. And I was like, man, it's a tough achievement right there.
It's the year of pig balloons, everybody. Celebrate this year in gaming. All right. Well, it's exactly what I was excited about, is to hear your hot take, because John's hot takes are hot. And it was good.
I don't think that was a hot take.
It was a warm take.
A lot of people have hot takes on that game. I think I fall in the middle, which is boring, but that's where life actually lives.
Yeah, we're here in the middle, everybody. Come join us. Water's fine. What else you get up to?
I played a little Pokemon Poptopia.
Yeah.
Another game that I was like, I'm going to play this with my kid, and he had a good time. He said he had a good time, although he was very quiet through a lot of it. But we sat down and we made ourselves a little Ditto human and started doing things on the island. And the time flew and it was bedtime. And then he went to bed. And then he told me that he wanted to play that with me. And we haven't played it since. So I'm not very far in it, but it is charming. And I thought I want to play more, but he has asked that we play it together. So I think I'm going to just have to figure out that, like, hey, I need to just start playing the game and then he'll come in and join me. Because every time I suggest it, he's like, no, let's run around and shoot guns. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, because you kind of just have to be where their headspace is in the moment. And that's probably the best way to capture it, is he'll just see you doing something cool and want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
It's neat. The world hasn't ended. There was some fear that the Animal Crossing curse of every time I play a game like Animal Crossing, something bad happens to me or the world. Actually, hold on.
Did it coincide? Did you buy that game on the day we invaded Iran or something?
No, not globally, but I was like, nothing bad has happened, yet the tree in our front yard has fallen over twice. My stepdaughter needs her wisdom teeth removed. My son needs a surgery, and I crashed the car yesterday. So Maybe.
That's a lot going on right there. That is a lot of things you just said. Holy shit. Yeah. Maybe this is it. The curse continues.
Oh, no.
Shit.
Yeah. And I OD'd on some health medication that made me sick all week. So maybe.
What if you?
I blame you.
Maybe you. Oh, sorry.
No, you go ahead. You're good.
Oh, I thought there's ways to get rid of curses. If I'm playing a lot of The Witcher, so getting rid of curses is a thing.
Yeah.
You need to transfer it onto something else.
Yeah. Can you do that, John?
I don't know.
And play that. What's that other Nintendo game that everyone's talking about right now with the weird voices and the creepy?
Chad says, "Play Doom." Exercise the demons. Play Doom.
Sure. Cock your gun and blow them up. What is that one? What's it called? The one that we made fun of because it had that guy in it.
I know what you're talking about. The what is it called?
What's wrong with
I can't think of it now. The game where everybody's like, Tamagotchi Life. That's it.
Tamagotchi Life. You should play that. Maybe that'll break the curse. That'll do it.
Maybe. I got to buy the game.
Give Nintendo another $80.
Get them another money to try and break the curse they put on me.
Yeah. You don't want to do that. And then you had... Oh, you played the Grogu crap in Fortnite. How'd that go?
Grogu crap. Not that Scott's adding his own flourishes to his opinion on anything. But yeah, so Fortnite...
Yeah.
They had a little partnership with the Mandalorian and Grogu, and they have this little thing where they were like, "Oh, you can come see the first 10 minutes of the movie in Fortnite." And I was like, "Well, I have Fortnite. That's happening right now. I'll go check it out." And it was kind of a neat experience. So you basically go to the little town from the Mandalorian, and there's a bunch of dumb stuff to do there. Like there's a whole scene where you're going down in a ship and then the ship gets attacked by Imperials and you got to get on the escape pod and it launches down and then you got to fight a bunch of stormtroopers and then Jon Favreau's there telling you to go watch The Mandalorian. That does break at a certain point, but it was kind of a neat thing to run around in and mess around in. They put like some RPG mechanics where it's like, you collect currency, you do quests for people. That opens up new weapons that you can go hunt bounties or fight Imperials with. And, every couple of minutes, every 15 minutes or so, you can go watch the first 10 minutes of The Mandalorian and check that out.
Yeah.
So you know what? This is a lot cooler than someone just being like, here's a new trailer. Like, this was a fun little experience. I don't want it for every trailer. I don't want to feel like I have to log into Fortnite for every trailer, but this was a fun thing to do.
Makes sense, right? This one.
I goofed around. They were giving you a thing if you spent 20 minutes in it. Yeah. Like, you got a wallpaper for Fortnite or something. I spent way more than 20 minutes. Because not only did I watch the clip, but I ran around and was like, I'm going to be a good bounty hunter. I'm going to hunt some bounties and stuff. Yeah. So it was a fun thing to goof around in.
They're never going to make Unreal Tournament, are they? They're never going to do it.
I don't know. Maybe. Fortnite is, like they said, they financially are hurting. So maybe. Maybe.
Oh, you're saying, I was thinking that meant for sure it'd never happen, but maybe they can.
No, if you're financially hurting, you got to figure something else out. Maybe
do new things.
Nostalgia is a hell of a drug. Let's get all those Unreal Tournament people back.
Go back to where you started, man. All right, well, there you go.
Yeah, so I did that, and then a couple other odds and ends I just wanted to mention real quick because as we've talked, I've realized a couple things have happened that I either didn't talk about or are new. The first is I bought a new monitor. Which wasn't smart, but I also didn't know how badly life was going to fall apart right after I made that purchase. So
it's part of the curse, by the way. This is all just part of that.
Yeah. I bought a new monitor, so I have my first OLED monitor.
I can tell your angle changed a little. Is that why? Is it on top of a new screen?
Well, it was one of those things where it was like, I want to put a new monitor on my desk, which means I got to clean my desk, which means I need to take everything off my desk, which means I need to make a space to figure out all the wiring on the floor, which means I need to pick everything up off the floor, which means I can finally put the stuff on the bookcase, which means is that where I want the bookcase? The bookcase could go over here. So I'll put the bookcase over here now. Okay, well, that means I got to move this. So the whole office has been redone now because I wanted to put a new monitor in. But yeah, as a result, yes, things are a little bit different. We're in a new, we're at a new angle. The desk is in a new position in the room, and the office is cleaner than it has ever been.
That's fantastic.
Though not done. So, but I really, really like it. And I got it, and my wife said, well, that doesn't match your other monitor. Did you get two? And I said, I can't afford two. And she said, is that going to be a problem? And I said, won't be a problem. I was like, this is the gaming monitor. That's the looking at videos monitor. Yeah. I got to tell you, I kind of want another monitor. There is a thing where you're like, what's it going to be?
Yeah.
What's it matter? Because how different can a monitor be? And then you get it and you look at them side by side and you look at the monitor that's not that, and you're just like, you're so bad.
Yeah.
You're not even good.
I know this feeling. I hate that
for
feeling.
anybody that wants to know what the monitor is, it's an Alienware OLED gaming monitor. It's 26.7 inch. It is 360 hertz. 0.03 ms display, FreeSync. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, it's 2K. It's not a 4K monitor.
This one right here.
Oh yeah, Scott's got the monitor up right there. There it is. That's the one.
Ooh, they have a 32 inch. Ooh, I like 32.
I would too, but you know what they do, Scott? They charge more for it.
Yes, they do.
So
yeah. It looks like you can choose which adaptive sync version you want, and you can get NVIDIA. That's strange. This is an actual, since this Alienware, it's actual Dell monitor. I wonder if you can get a Dell.
Yeah, and actually Dell monitors are considered pretty good. So it was well reviewed, well talked about. I really like it.
You say it's curved or no?
It is not curved.
It's not curved.
Is a regular monitor.
Yeah. Monitors and I have a funny relationship.
Yeah, dude, I got a Dell, Kat says. Yep, it's true.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in a long time.
Yeah, and I will say for 2K is, in my opinion, also where I like to live. I think once I bumped to 4K, because I was able to do that in the past, I felt like it was kind of negligible on the quality, and performance was getting to be bad too.
Fully agree. Yep.
And like 2K felt like the perfect place of like, I can still crank everything all the way up, get crazy good performance, and it looks awesome.
It looks good. Yeah. I
so
agree. Happy spot.
I think 2K is a magical place right now, and I'm very happy with where that is.
Did this guy show up in the Mandalorian content at all?
No Bach yet. Look at that guy.
All right, really hoping that skin comes out soon. Watch for it. Well, congratulations! I'm glad that you've upped your game there.
So I did that. I also I went back and revisited Sonic Cross Racing Worlds.
Good game.
Because the DLC came out for that, where you can play as some Like a Dragon characters, and maybe more importantly, Mega Man.
Yeah.
And that game's still good. I don't have a ton of extra to say to it, although the Mega Man stage was kind of crazy because you actually like pick up Mega Man items and use it to fight like bosses and shoot through doors and stuff while you're racing. Yeah. And that was kind of nuts. Yeah. I really liked the stage. I really liked the music. But as somebody that isn't the biggest Sonic fan, having Mega Man in that game, I was like, oh, sweet, a racer I like. Oh, this is fantastic. Now we've got the characters I enjoy there. So, I continue to really like that game. And that DLC seems good.
So worth
a mention. That was like a month ago. I don't remember. But
just forgot to mention it.
I forgot to mention it. So
yeah, I should have. I also played a bunch of Crimson Desert this week whenever I had some free time. Forgot to mention that as well. But we go back to our favorites here and there. Bo, Stellar Blade, beat it. Didn't you? I don't mean you were beating it to Stellar Blade. You beat Stellar Blade.
No, I finished the game. I beat the main campaign.
Got it. The kingdom comification of Stellar Blade. Just kidding.
the come like stellar blade. It was good. I really got into the game. It's super cool. A lot of it takes place in Arizona, which makes me wonder why John liked it so much.
Yeah, fair.
A lot of desert, but
Yeah.
okay. The game is I think the combat's really fun, and it's like anime bullshit. Here's
Look at Scott immediately go to the best fight of the game.
I linked it because
okay.
This
helps
link.
sell it. Yeah, it's not really a spoiler in that, like, you see this fight, you're like, man, I want to do that fight. It's awesome. You should. That's what got me interested in the game, was watching Ongbal do. He does those no hit like Dark Souls stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some pretty tough fights in the game, and he does these no hit hard mode. No superpowers, like there's beta and burst powers, so none of that, So like watching this stuff like got me excited for the game. I feel it's fun. The combat's really fun. Like it's not terrible, like the story, like localization's bad, and the voice acting, some of it's good, some of it not so much. We talked about it last week, but like that stays consistent. But it's fine. You're an Alita battle angel or whatever that trope is. They got out the one thesaurus, all the localization teams in Japan use every time they have to come up with a new alien race. And this one, they're called Natibas. And it's like, oh no, there's an elder Natiba. That's no elder Natiba. That's an alpha Natiba. And you're like, oh, stop saying Natiba. What? They're always like, there's always, in another anime I like, Knights of Sidonia, it's like, it's the Gauna. The Gauna are coming, There's always like a name for some bullshit.
I love
so
saying
it's that, but it's fine. Also on the anime front, no like perverted old man trope in this.
No, but you're zooming into crotches a lot, right? Like that's kind of the
great.
idea.
It's fine.
You're into that, yeah.
I've been watching.
Fine. There's just no character that's constantly looking at her going.
I spent 300 hours with Geralt. I'm totally fine spending time with Eve here. It's fine. It's some bullshit, but you know what? It's fine. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's not like it's a sex game or something. Like there's gratuitous shots when they're doing the action stuff, and like the camera's rotating 360, and just as it passes over the butt, it's like, let's slow the camera
linger here. Yeah.
And then we'll speed it back up. You know what? It's fine. I don't care. Whatever. Like, it's celebrate the woman's body. It's fine. Whatever.
Sure.
Unrealistic beauty standards. Great. Sure. Whatever. It's like, it's just actually, on the level of like, anime stuff, all that. It's good. It's good. Like, it's fun. And I don't think it, in spite of like it having the male gaze as like its primary camera aesthetic and aesthetic for the lady characters, they are also, as they often do in the good ones, explain away some of the stuff. The nature of humanity is something that you're probably makes sense that these are idealized versions because they're dolls to begin with, that kind of thing, or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Like one of the excuses in Kill la Kill why they can't cover up like the titties and butt is because the clothes drink the blood of the wearer. So it's safer to drink blood from like the arms than it is on your chest where it could, damage the user. And it's like, okay, it's a bullshit science fiction reason why you're just showing nudity, but you know what? I accept.
Yeah.
I accept it.
I'll take what you're
and
making.
it's kind of the same thing here. It's its own thing. Anyways, enough about that. Combat's fun as shit. Especially the boss fights. It has a boss rush mode. So like now that I've done the campaign, I want to do New Game Plus and experience an even greater challenge. And I want to do the boss rush modes where you just fight the bosses. And there's some extra optional bosses from different choices at the end. And they're ones that are just in the boss rush mode that I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to try them. It's very good. I want to play a second one. I'm a franchise fan now. I like Stellar Blade, and I recommend it. And I want to say, like, overall, like, I think maybe there was too much desert. Because I like, but you do end up going up to space a little bit, and the big thing, and you do go to interesting environments. I just thought it was just too much wasteland, but the sequel could take it somewhere else. You know what I mean?
I 100% agree with you. Like you said, these are environments that I don't say. I'm typically like, ugh, desert, but I like the game so much. I was like, it's fine.
No, the combat's fun. I mean, the exploration's kind of nice. I'm like into the fiction, even though it's just like there's 3 or 4 anime franchises.
But I think you pointed this out to me, Bo, or we arrived at it together. But I think one of the funniest bait and switches that this game does is it's like you spend a lot of time in that first like wasteland desert biome. Like you're there for a while, especially if you're trying to gather everything, and they're like, hey, we're going to another planet. And you're like, sweet, yes, we're going to go to another planet finally. And the other planet is also a desert. And you're like, what the hell are we doing? We were just on
That's not another planet, though. It's just another biome.
Oh, it's just another place on
the whole.
It's
Earth. The whole play. The story. And it's not spoiler,
right. It's not a planet. It is different areas in Earth. Yeah.
For some reason, the Mother Sphere, who is some godlike character, sends the battle angels. You know, they just call them. Actually, I think call them angels. So they sends the angels to Earth to kill the Natibas, and so you are like assaulting Earth essentially, and Earth is the Mad Max wasteland that Scott like. I think Scott would really dig the.
Yeah,
whole,
you guys are describing what I like, so I probably like it there.
The Earth is a wasteland. There's still just humans left, but even though they refer to themselves as humans, there's like, there's something going on here. Everyone's got like cybernetic shit, and some people who say they're humans were trained in 2,000 nanoseconds, and that sounds like android talk. You're like, what's going on with this stuff? So I've watched some of the interviews with the creator and stuff. It's meant to be like dissonant or weird and strange. Like they talk like some sort of weird distant future humanity. So the entire game is just like the angels are going to Earth to kill the Natibas that are like, because Earth is uninhabitable, but you find there's pockets of humanity and it's not so bad, and that's the story. It's just pretty much standard fare to give you an excuse to fight big monsters and have melodrama.
Yeah.
Including there's I won't get into the twist. The twist isn't great, but it's melodramatic and works.
Yeah.
In fact, the twist is very disappointing, and I was like, really? The twist involves a character where it's like you have to feel like you like them enough that you'd side with them, or you don't like them enough, therefore like kill them, I guess. And I just don't feel strongly either way.
They were the most like bland. It's like the final decision of your game being based on whether or not you have a strong opinion on water.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
But it's like at the same time you're like, I don't care. It's not an RPG. This is like just give me the fights, please. So and like the action is cool. Like when after you're done a fight, they don't just fall over. There's like a 30-second, action sequence that looks awesome and badass. And I'm like, all right, I like on the balance of things, I like this game. Like I'm into what it is, and just take us to space more, or take us to some different biomes, please.
Yeah, especially because it starts with it's still kind of just, falling apart, but it's raining and there's plant life. And
yeah. Well, I think it's the whole, like the big, like open world areas are like the wasteland, and you're like, cool, I did all the stuff here. Where are we going next? The desert, like you said. You're like, what? It's just more of this shit. Like, you're like, what? It wasn't visually, I think, super. It looked like a desert. I was like, okay. But
spent all the time on the lady stuff in that game.
Yeah. But I just think like whatever they're cooking, like I think for a sequel they'll probably like do something better. Like I feel like this is a really good first effort. Like I think really good. But there's definitely gaps. Like the mocapping stuff for the dialogue is coming off Witcher 3 is not the best. She just kind of stands there and goes, "What should we do now?" Like just not the best emoting. But like on the balance of things, I'm having a great time with it. So nice. That's all I did. I've just been playing that game kind of nonstop. I'm kind of 100%ing it too. I found all the camps and all the upgrades and all the data banks, and I like it.
I didn't see this coming that you were going to do.
Me neither. I was just always like tangentially interested in it, and John, having played it and said he liked it, helped.
Yeah.
And it was always just a putting off, but I just, after playing Witcher, the combat's like similar to Witcher except way better, but it's that whole like, here's an attack, let me do a parry, now let me do my attack.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's like kind of cranked up to 10 or 11. I wouldn't call it a Souls-like, but it is funny how like flitty and quick your character is. But then when you go to actually fight, you're like, let me stand here and wait for the attack. I'll attack and then they'll attack, and it starts to feel Souls-like and then it swaps into like fast moves. So it's a little dissonant, but I don't care. It's good enough and fun that it doesn't really bother me. Big fun game. I like it. It's a big recommend for me. I think this is I wouldn't put it in the must play, but I would put it in the like you want something fun play category. Like I would feel bad having played it, not having played it. You know what I mean? Knowing what I know now, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't miss this. It's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I didn't do much else except one thing there's two things I want to get to. All right. So one is I've been gifted games that I keep meaning to play and haven't been getting to them, and it's been a while. So I just want to clear my backlog of thank yous, which also includes someone who just bought me Librarian.
Oh, nice. All right.
So thank you, Scott J. Beck, for Librarian. Appreciate it. We already thanked Dr. Tolbert. I also got gifted a copy of Conan Exiles.
Oh yeah, they're relaunching that or something's going on with that.
There's a complete edition. I think they did like a Passover for improving it, but I never played it. And so thank you, CT7567. Not very many, just a few more. I did also get the game Dead as Disco, which I haven't tried yet. Again from CT7567. So thank you for the gift, and thank you to I believe it's Dr. Tolbert who gifted me Mouse PI. I just haven't gotten
Oh, Mouse PI is great. Play it. Yeah, you'll like it.
This one is an older gift, but I just haven't gotten to VR stuff yet. So it's like, I thought I'd to say thank you when I played it, but this is gifted back in February. So I want to thank you to Robbers for gifting me Thief and Thief VR, which actually sounds very interesting. So I do want to play that. So thanks everyone for the gifts. Last thing I want to talk about is another game I picked up on my own. And I picked up other games and haven't played them, but this one I actually got a chance to play. So I'm going to talk about it. It's called Surviving Mars. Anyone remember that game?
I do. I like that game. I have that game.
I think a year ago, they basically did like an overhaul, but decided to charge people for it.
Yeah, that wasn't cool. Yeah. I don't like that.
They did a big graphical update, overhaul. They called Surviving Mars Relaunched, and they charged a full box price for it. I bought it for like $15. It finally went on sale, and I went, I like Surviving Mars. I'll pay $15 for an update.
Yeah.
I mean, they added content. It's not just an update. Like, you're paying for all the previous games DLC is included in the base package. You know, I mean, for $15, I'm not that mad. No. Like, it is kind of a remaster. Let's say it's as a loosely remaster as you can possibly get. I played it a bit. The game does look better, runs smoother, but it very much feels like an update to the game and not a brand whole new version. But it played really well, looked really good, had a lot more features and bullshit. And I really like Surviving Mars. I played a lot of the original.
Yeah, it was good.
And, you know, it's got a Martian assembly so it's got like a political aspect. There are some new things that at least I haven't seen before. So, you know, I want to say, like, I liked it. I wouldn't pay full price for it because it is kind of an expensive update. But if you've never played it before and see it on a sale or something like that, like it's a great little, it's city builder, right? Like some city, but you're on Mars and you do terraforming and it's sort of long-term health of humanity. We colonize Mars.
Yeah. It's really fun. I don't know how the new one is or what they changed or tweaked or whatever, but
it feels the same. Like you play and be like, I play this, you know, like, but the game is good that you're just like happy to play it again. And if it's the best version of the game available graphically and usability wise, it's, you know, it's good.
That's nice. Awesome.
Yep. And that's my week.
That's what you played. Well, excellent. Guys, we have some quick feedback and then we're going to take our leave. Let's start with this.
That's a good question.
Dave Jones, the voice actor extraordinaire and listener of the program, Dave Jones. Get out your bears, everybody. He said this on Patreon. He says, Bellular News did a quick bit on the review bombing from China, and it was quite interesting. We were talking about this even today a little bit with, I think.
Oh, for Slay the Spire?
Yeah. And the Helldivers 2 thing, I think, also gets a bit of that from Asia. Anyway. He says, essentially in China, because they don't allow things like Reddit or Discord, there's no way to feedback to devs or get feedback to devs, but they do have access to Steam. And so what they should, what they should be basically a review tool is he wrote that wrong. But what he meant was it's being hijacked as a customer service tool, which did STS2, which did serious numbers in China, gets royally shat on because of it. So basically, do you understand what I'm saying? Some of this was.
It's not a review system for China. It's a bulletin board. Like it's a chat room, basically.
Yeah, it's to register your complaints, and then when it gets fixed, you might go back and change it to a positive, and it's like
you
a
want
toggle.
a hot take? I'll give you a hot take. I have one on this.
Give it.
I think that that's not only fine in this circumstance where it seems very specific. I think review bombing is fine. In fact, I would encourage it. If
you would encourage it.
If you don't like a game for a stupid
shows violence today.
if you don't like a game for a stupid reason, go leave a negative review for it.
Okay.
I think it's fine because here's the way I look at it. Very rarely do people leave that for zero reason. You might. Other people, reasonable people, might not like your reason for it. But it's very rare. And I think that there is still things that can be gleaned from it. So I'll give you an example. Let's grab everybody's favorite whipping boy, Concord.
Do it.
A lot of people left bad reviews for Concord going, they put a bunch of uggos in the game, right? And you might look at that take and you might go, well, that's immature. That's a smooth brain take, whatever you want to say about it, right?
Yeah.
I think there's valuable information there. Concord is a hero shooter. The number one thing a hero shooter should make people do is look at the characters and go, hot damn, I want to play as that character. Now, you might not like the way someone's presenting that information. You might think that it is a shitty way to say it and a shitty take overall, but there's information to learn there. And guess what? It's information that probably would have benefited Concord to listen to, not the exact comment, but the nature of where it was coming from. And I think the other thing is you might want to get high-minded about a lot of principles and say, like, this is our stand, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to present as our game, and it might piss a bunch of people off. If you are trying to push a AAA product, odds are for your game to be profitable, it has to be bought by those people that you think very little of. So you don't have to agree with people who have shitty takes. But at a certain point, when the amount of money you need to make is millions and millions of dollars, you are still making a game for those people, whether you agree with them or not. And to try and ignore and pretend that those people and those opinions don't exist, you are only going to hurt yourself. That doesn't mean you have to develop and design around them. That doesn't mean you have to listen to them and go, well, that's it. Every game is now going to be people with double D boobs, all women characters, no armor.
What about a thumbs down and the review is just no booba?
I mean, then okay, is that a thing you can learn
that's
from?
a dumb
There
review,
is gonna be times. There's gonna be times that. But is your game being made to get that audience? And if the answer is no. Okay, understand that is a subset of people. That is a subset of people enough to go and write that review. Is it fine?
Call it a stupid review.
Is it fine to? Yeah, it's fine to call it stupid. Sure, absolutely. There's a lot of dumb takes.
Yeah.
We give dumb takes all the time. There's people hearing this that think this is a dumb take. But the fact of the matter is, like, if somebody goes and leaves that review, they were interested enough to go to the page. They were interested enough to put their voice down. I think that it is at your own potential detriment to just go, they don't know what they're talking about. Because right now, a lot of studios and flops and things that have failed are built on the they don't know what they're talking about mentality. That, again, that's not me trying to take a side in a culture war or say those people and those takes are correct, but there is something to be learned from it. And I think reviewing a game, giving a bad review for a stupid reason is just as valid as giving a good, well thought out, proper review. Like, because I'll say the devil's advocate problem, people also like to be like, video game journalism is the worst thing in the world. That's where the people who have to try to present it as a legitimate review exist. Whether you think they're doing a good job or not, like, that is a place where you can go there and you can go, okay, give me a take that isn't going to be because someone's being weird or being gross or being awful on the internet. I just want a general idea of what this game is about. But that's what your journalism reviews are for. But if you go and you see a game that's like mixed reviews, and you go down and it's a bunch of people going like, they put gay people in the video game. That's information. You can go, well, that doesn't apply to me. That doesn't bother me. I don't care about that. You can ignore now 50% of the reviews.
It'd be nice if there was a built-in way though to do that. And because I agree with you, but if I go there and somebody's just decided to organize a giant 4chan based review bomb and all it is there are gay people in this and that sucks.
Well,
it'd be nice.
What you're talking about.
Yeah, it'd be nice if I could go in there and go hide all the reviews that use the word gay or whatever filter system Valve wants to give me, or any of these services. I would like that more, because that's my biggest beef is if there's too many of them, it's hard to sift through it. It's not about what they said. It's about, well, that doesn't apply to me, so how do I move these out of the way so I can see the ones that do, you know?
I do think that top reviews are a good factor in that. I mean, it's like so here's the thing. We've talked a lot up today about games that have mixed reviews in both our pre-show and in the regular show. There's been I think 3 games that we've talked about that currently are sitting at mixed for various reasons. Within moments of us bringing them up, Bo or myself have been able to click those games, click those reviews, and go, oh, it's performance-based. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's people that are mad at the developer. And make a judgment call on whether we think that mixed should apply to us or not. Is it going to be perfectly accurate all the time? No. But even somebody who gives you a well thought out, even if somebody writes a really well thought out, and this was supposed to be as objective as I can make it, but it's still my review. I don't agree with IGN's Mixtape review. That happened in this show too.
Yep.
They gave a thoughtful, what they thought was fair review. I completely think it's wrong. So it doesn't matter if someone's writing a bunch of bullshit just real quick and going like, thumbs down, ugly, or someone's putting a lot of thought into it. All it is a compass heading. You still have to figure some of this stuff out on your own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm never on the side of limit people's ability to talk. I'm more on the side of let them say dumb shit, but if you want to keep me around though, you give me ways to filter, give me tools to decipher. That's what I really want. And I actually think they do. I think there's a ton of stuff built right into Steam that people don't even know is there. Filters and ways of dealing with the review system and the forums or anything else in there.
Well, they just added that ability to filter by region, which I thought was a decent addition.
I agree.
I think the ability to, filter words out of reviews and be like, I don't know why you would, because this one's actually, I think, an important one, but just to keep it kind of neutral. Like, I don't want to read any reviews about performance. I don't care how the game runs. I'll figure that out myself.
Right.
I just want to know what the game is. I think putting stuff like that is good. Giving people more options is good. Obviously, in the case of what Dave said, I think, I totally understand if this is your only way to get feedback to the company, then yeah, of course you use it. But I think that, like, to me, anybody from any country leaving a Steam review should be looked at as feedback to the company. Yeah. It shouldn't just be like, well, they didn't have Reddit. I don't use Reddit. Like, it's like, I don't think that, like, not having access to that means, like, well, it's okay for you to leave negative reviews, but other people shouldn't be allowed.
I think all the companies, if they're smart, they do exactly what you're saying. They're going to look at all of it. It may not be fun to look at a pile of negative reviews because you screwed something up, or even if it's undeserved, you still have to do it.
I think, like, in the case of STS, though, it's like it is beloved by a lot of people. So, that badge on the side, you kind of want it to reflect reality a little bit. And what we're having is like this dissonance between, two types of reality across like a different broad culture of game enjoyer. It seems like the thing I hear a lot is just that, like, Chinese players, on average, and it's not to paint them all with a broad brush, like to break the game and have those things be a part of the game, and that's the fun of the game, like, and there's a more nuanced card player take that, or roguelike take that is like the threat of death needs to be constant, so like balance makes sense, where too easy access on an easy to reach combo, or something that makes decisions less interesting because there's only one right way to do things because that's the strongest way to do it. We like, break those things. We're going to miss them, but what makes the game replayable is the fact that there's tension and your decisions matter as you play it, thus engagement, right? So if I could just infinite combo all the time, why would I play this? And that's like, it seems to be the two sides of the conversation, and both seem to feel very passionately. Just looked at a review on the Slate Aspire page. It's like, Chinese players are bad. They're just mad that they can't cheese the game. Ignore review bombing, right? Like, that's on the other side of the fence. That's like someone putting their opinion, as John said, to anti-review bomb. What is it? Review heaven? Review
review heaven.
What's the opposite of bombing, right?
Yeah, the new hot tag, review heaven.
I don't know, but I think review heaven is
review
super
banging.
funny.
Yeah,
whatever it is, they're just doing, the opposite, trying to be a counterweight to that force. And it's like, it's fine I think John's point's fine. It's fine. You want to put that in there. It just kind of, I think people just you can't help but want to get involved in the debate about whether something was just or not. Because the reputation of the game hangs in the balance, and it always kind of sucks when a game that is very good has that ugly mixed brown color. Like it's just almost even aesthetic and primal, where it's just like, it's fine if you don't like the game, comment on Steam, but like, it doesn't deserve this mark of shame. And that you can kind of take, at least I a little bit kind of take it personally, where I'm like, all right, guys, like, express your comments, but don't do our game dirty like that. Like, it's not that bad. You guys are out of control.
Yeah.
But so I'm seeing chat say things like, yeah, but what about if somebody's just like blatantly racist and, stuff like that? Of course, there are going to be people that say stuff that are obvious disagrees. Like, yes, we can go, but what about on a million different examples? The answer might be, yes, someone really is bothered by someone with a different skin color in a game. You look at it and you go, do we want to serve those people? And you go, no, and you move on. Just because I'm saying it's their own valid opinion doesn't mean you have to agree with it or do anything off of it. You can look at someone's opinion and go, yeah, I don't think that's a good one. We're going to ignore that. That can just live here and do this.
Yeah, have you been on social media lately? My Lord, that's all this is. And you got to just either move on or get wound up in it. I say, move on. I haven't looked at any of read any of the socials I've posted, but I haven't read any of them for 4 days. Man, it feels good, man.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm barely on myself. I maybe check Blue Sky once every 3 or 4 days.
I check replies and that's it. Because what else am I going to do? Like, everything else.
I'm really out of the habit of checking social media. Like, I just,
it's burned into us from the good days.
I make it hard to access. Like, I'll put the apps in a folder and like on page 2 of the folder.
Yeah.
And it's surprising how effective that is.
Yeah. Extra
at combating like a compulsive like opening of apps. Like, just put it like 4 or 5 clicks away from baseline.
Mm-hmm.
And what do I keep handy? Our Discords and our Slack channel with my Mike and them, and then email, text messages. Like, I don't miss it.
Nope.
And I log in to look at this stuff. Reddit, like, I'll log in. Reddit is when I keep on access, but like that.
I like Reddit.
It's gotten better, and like, I don't know. It's usually just like
Reddit's moderated.
Honestly, I get a lot of Slay the Spire threads, but it's not this bullshit that we're talking about. It's
it's
here's this broken card combo. Like, if you get this and get this,
right. But it's kind of what John's saying. Like, Reddit is, because every community is managed by heavy moderation. It's the whole principle of the place. The places you don't like the moderation in or the subjects therein, you just don't go to them. Like,
you can also ban them. Like, live stream fail is pretty bad because, like, on the surface, the premise is like, oh, it's people like making mistakes on their streams, which should be funny. It should be like America's Home Videos, like, like when the guy who's smoking cigarettes while playing StarCraft burns his apartment down. Like, that's kind of terrible, but it's also kind of funny. Like, I want, that's cool, but it's just all politics now. So it's just like, oh, ban, like, just don't recommend it. You can just shut it off, and then they'll stop giving it to you. So, because I don't need to see that. I don't know. I think that whole subreddit got hijacked or whatever. But, there are like good, like, I like LinkedIn lunatics. or people who unironically use LinkedIn to like make posts about how to improve your life and your career, but it's just like cringy and insane as shit. Like I find that funny. So I like seeing that. It's like people, laughing at crazy people on LinkedIn.
Yeah. I like Reddit for, I don't know. I like the things that it used to be social media in general, and this doesn't work anymore. It's just not that thing anymore. The algorithms have just decided to keep you there and make you pissed, and that's it.
I really think it's like that is hijacked for a different reason. It's like it's political. Everything is 2 steps away from being a conversation about American politics.
Yeah,
no offense.
I hate it.
As a Canadian,
as an American, we're a little tired.
I know you're a little tired of it, but like that's like also my experience. I mean, I have a lot of American friends, and the algorithms will be like, "Hey, you're friends with these guys. You must be American." Which is why I try to watch a lot of Korean stuff because it's really far away.
That'll mess with that'll help.
Yeah, like I'm just like, oh look, Jonghyun and Jiho are going out for a 3-kilometer run. That's a cool video. I'm going to watch that. But everything else is, you click one thing and it's like some comment or someone's like, this is like this thing that's happening, and then it's just like, oh my god, I have to like look away, stop. Like I don't, so. I've been really trying to clean up. I think the point I'm trying to make is I think there are forces that want to make it about that. Like I think there is some kind of engineering around wanting everyone to like pay attention to specific topics. And like they change they're maddening and infuriating, and they change from week to week, and nothing gets resolved from the week before. Like it's just, and it fills me with a bad feeling of like dread.
It's an engine to keep you angry.
Yeah. And so, it's like, it's unfortunate. I wish we had some elders of the internet who had the power to like keep these, I think, very like toxic forces at bay, but we're not there yet. Yeah. But like Twitter is like leaning the opposite direction. That's why I'm off of it. Even to some extent, Blue Sky and Threads, all these places where it's supposed to be cool, it still becomes about politics.
No, it's still the same.
It's the same, like, just in a different
You go to your
way.
trending tab to be like, oh, what kind of fun stuff is going on? It's like Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Epstein. I'm just like, okay, I'm not going to
get me out.
I'm going to hide this. Yeah.
It's been hijacked, and it's also what makes money because people stay there and yell at each other, and then they see ads, and it's actually working. It's a business that works. Yeah. I no longer want to be a product in the business. That's all.
I miss the days where we all agreed that we just wanted to complain about it together, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what. Yeah. But because there was a time I worked in a field where I would get, I've said it on here before, so it's not surprising. I worked in prior authorizations, and I would get a call from a doctor's office, Dr. Tolbert, if you're in the chat, this one's for you.
Yeah, he knows.
And if you got a call from the doctor themselves, they were usually pretty hostile. They did not want to be talking to you. They did not want to spend their time talking to you. And I had one that challenged me, and he was like, you tell me why I gotta spend my time doing this. And I went, government, man. And he immediately went, you're right. Yeah, absolutely, the government, man. I know this isn't you, it's the government, man. And I just miss the days where you could just make a comment like, it's the government, man. And it didn't turn into anything else. It didn't turn into a side thing.
Well, this government, yes, but not that government.
Right. It used to just be the most immediate, doesn't matter where we are, what we're doing, anything else. You just be like, government, man. Yeah. And they, hell yeah, the government. It's us versus them. I miss that. It's that. It's a lot more fun. And Dr. Tolbert in the chat is right there with me. It is the government.
It is the government, damn it. Yeah, it's all bullshit now. Avoid it. All right, that is it for that. A quick note that Ark in our community, his name is ARK. I have confirmation that he has shipped us some prison chips.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
Prison chips,
really?
guys. Yes, I'm so excited about this.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We gotta try them on the show.
I know. I agree. So
am I getting prison chips?
Everybody's getting prison chips. It's like Oprah, dude. You're getting prison chips. You're getting prison chips. We're all getting prison chips, and we're going to see if that stuff is really as good as we've been told.
I am so excited. The hardest part is going to be keeping it away from everyone in the house until we have a chance to.
Do you guys have Miss Vicky's in the States?
Yeah. No, I love Miss Vicky's. Yeah. They're great.
Okay, yeah. Miss Vicky's is funny because, like you buy chips, you're like, oh, I need to get a flavor. Miss Vicky's is like original flavor, like no flavoring, is the best one. And I wonder how it stands up. Like the
I
kettle.
like the salt and vinegar stuff with hers.
I like other ones too, but like I normally like Lay's, Fritos, whatever. You're never buying the regular no flavor chips.
Not usually, no.
But somehow those ones are like, oh, they're tasty. As hell.
I will.
Like
the ruffly ones from Lay's Ruffles or Lay's Wavy Lays or whatever they are.
So I'm wondering how they stand. That's like my basis of comparison. How good is it to a Miss Vicky regular no flavor chip?
I mean, all of them are killing us, but aside from that,
oh yeah, no, I mean, shouldn't eat chips.
Yeah, we really don't.
It's just like it's just a bag of death at the end of the day.
Oh, but they're so tasty.
But they primally connect to our love of, I guess, fats and
salt and fat, yep, and starch. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. We're going to do a Dear Martha recap because here's what I know for sure. Nobody remembers the shit we talked about earlier because it's a long show. So we do this thing where there's a Dear Martha letter going home to tell everybody what happened. We'll do that now. Here we go.
My dearest Martha, the games we played today, in the order in which they were talked about. Resident Evil 9, Forza Horizon 6, Rune Dice, Librarian, tidy up the arcane library. It's not a porn game. Mixtape, Pokemon Poptopia, Fortnite, Stellar Blade, and Surviving Mars relaunch.
That sounds right. Everything you said. I don't think there's any errors in that.
No,
and your life and the next. Sorry, I cut you off.
Yours in this life and the next.
Yeah.
Goodness granny.
Oh, well, goodness granny, everybody. I don't know what that means.
Why did you feel the need to verify his work?
Well, there's always...
You're like, you know what? That was right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think you've ever gotten them wrong.
No, he always gets them right. That was weird.
I'm reading them out of the document. It would be weird if I messed it up.
Yeah, it would be very weird. I don't know why that was even a thing.
Are you having low blood sugar too? I need to eat.
I might. I'm starving. Oh my gosh. And I pooed so big earlier. There's no way I got anything in me. Anyway,
you're probably like dehydrated and defooded like big time.
That thing wrecked me. Anyway, that's going to do it for us. We will be back next week with more. Please return. Watch us live if you please. We start at 1 p.m. on Thursdays and go until very late in the evening. That's going to do it for us. For me, for John, for Bo. We'll see you next time.
This has been a Frog Pants production. Find all our shows at frogpants.com.
I'm going to tell you a little secret, just to make it so you really don't want to die.